All right. All right. All right, let's go ahead and get started here. How are we doing, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Internet Soap. We'll be talking about the Thorps here tonight, but also Ethan Klein, a Jew that wants to sue. Not surprised by that. A sue-happy Jew. Who could have guessed? So Ethan Klein is now saying that the content nuke, if you don't know what the content nuke, boy, that's a long story. I guess the short and sweet of it is that Ethan Klein made this content that went nuclear, if you will, on exposing, I guess, Hassan for doing various things. One of those things is platforming a hoofy bad dude or whatever. Like Hassan and Ethan Klein have had a back and forth ever since October 7th. What's so significant about that? Something happened. Something happened on that date. I don't know, right? Something happened, a little event in Israel happened, and the two have been feuding. I guess Hassan, I was going to say Hamas. My bad. Hassan thinks that Ethan Klein is a Zionist. Ethan Klein's like, I'm not a Zionist. But he's like pro-Israel, and that's a problem and all that stuff. But anyway, what happened was the content nuke is out, and he wanted Hassan to watch it. Hassan watched it, but I think has he watched it? Even to this day. Well, we do know his orbiters have watched it, like people like Denims, someone named Frogan, who is like this obese woman, obese white chick who wears a hijab or whatever. I thought it was really just a trash bag. I didn't know what was going on there. I wasn't really too sure. But that happened, and a few other people watched it, and it seemed like Ethan Klein was aware of that because I was paying attention, and it seemed like he didn't seem to really mind. In fact, it seemed like it was kind of encouraged. That was the implication I received. But now he's suing him. He's suing him for copyright infringement. Wow, look at that. But not everyone. Not everyone who reacted to it. Only certain people. Which is like, wait a second. How can you do that? And there's a little clip. I'm not sure if Ethan remembers this. There's a little clip of him saying that he wants everyone to react to his stuff. He wants his IP to be out there globally for the world. But I guess he forgot about that. Or I guess, like a Jew, he changed the rules and prayed that he doesn't change them any further. It's typical. But I guess this is like the big power play. And there's like Ethan Klein like fans that like support this, think it's a base move because they hate Hassan. I was going to say Hamas again. Hassan Piker and his goons. And I don't like them either. I think they're a bunch of clowns. But I also don't like it when someone's like sue happy over just reacting to content. Can we just be real about that? And I know, I get it, like some of these people reacting is like literally just sitting there and not doing anything. But that's a lot of reactors. Okay. All right, guys. All right. And if you're going to selectively sue reactors on that, it's like, okay, so what's your problem then? Like you just don't want these particular people to react to you. I don't think that works. If you say, hey, these other people could react. Now, someone could say, what it's his content. He can give that permission or give that forgiveness whenever he wants to. Well, I think there's going to be a problem with that. But before we get into that, first, let's watch some stuff. People to steal my... Let's go and put this on the screen here. This is the part here. All right, let's play this. Let's just play this little clip here.
That I formulated an idea. What if I could make a long-form, irresistible piece of content that I knew that these streamers couldn't resist, they couldn't avoid the temptation of watching it the second it was published.
I don't have an issue with them.
It's not that I wanted these people to steal my video. It's that I knew they would. I knew they would watch the entire video, add little to no commentary, react to it instantly, giving them no time to form an opinion. The trap was set, and it worked even better than I imagined it would. We captured pretty much every large streamer reacting to it in its entirety immediately after it was published. Now, the thing is, there were a few people that went above and beyond to commit copyright infringement. For example, Denim sits here silently with nearly 50,000 live viewers. That's 30 times her regular viewership. She's
That's like a normal Denim's reaction. Okay, that's a normal Denim's reaction right there.
working directly with the Snark subreddit moderators to siphon views, and their intentions couldn't be clearer. Here's an excerpt from a stickied post from the Snark subreddit. Hey everyone, we've seen a lot of comments about wanting to watch the nuke without showing support for H3. Here's a list of creators who've supported our sub, either by engaging with us directly or citing our post in their critique of H3. Here they're offering these streamers as market substitutes for my work. This is the cardinal sin of copyright infringement. The Snark subreddit has been a frequent and persistent infringer. That's how I knew when this video came out, the Snarkers were going to encourage, promote, and push streamers to commit copyright infringement. I should thank the Snarkers actually.
And you knew they did that. And even in the moment when you reacted to that, when you acknowledged that, it kind of seemed like whatever. And you were still trying to get Hassan to react to it. You're like, all your orbiters react to it, but you haven't reacted to it. In fact, you didn't even say, hey, don't react to it, Denims. You didn't say anything like that. This is so freaking petty. This is so stupid.
Actually, because of their predictability, they acted like double agents for us, incriminating their favorite streamers and serving them up on a golden platter. So, thank you, Snark. It's one thing for a subreddit to admit it's engaging in copyright infringement, but how do you get the streamers themselves to admit that they're stealing content?
Well, guys, if you enjoyed not giving any views to that terrible video, follow, subscribe, throw a prime if you like the content, if you enjoyed your time here.
It turns out they just do it for you.
Okay. All right. Now, there's a little clip. First off, let's play this. Let's play this part. This part's important.
Even though theoretically I could sue a lot more creators and rake in millions of dollars, but the purpose of this is not financial gain. People like XQC and Asmongold may have watched the entire thing, but I would never sue them just for doing that. Even though theoretically...
I wonder why. It's like, you're kind of selective on that. Okay. Now, what about this clip? I wonder if Ethan remembers this particular part.
Oh, I want to say a little show note. Okay. Here's to all the industrial entrepreneuring spirits out there. I am opening our IP to the world.
Opening our IP to the world. Do you remember saying that? Okay.
This is a
That's
message with peace and love.
You can now make your own H3 podcast. That's right, everyone.
I guess you
Is that what you
could.
mean?
That's not what I mean.
Oh,
That's
okay.
not what I mean. No.
Gotcha.
You can't make a fake H3 podcast. Although you probably could actually, because I don't think anyone would mistake it.
I mean, if it's a parody, you can do whatever
I
you
don't
want.
think anyone would mistake it. So our IP is open. I got inspired by Hassan. He has the Hassan Industrial Complex. But I want the Ethan Industrial Complex. I think it's
So you wanted people just to watch your stuff and react to it and crank out stuff. You said it was open to everyone. Oh, but now it's not open to the select. See, this is why I don't think this is some long calculated move. This is just some BS. This is just some petty, stupid stuff that the ball washers for Ethan Klein are going to eat up and just support and champion. Like people like Nicholas Fat Ass DiOrio needs to lay off the fucking Oreos. It's going to ball wash Ethan Klein, lick his taint, suck the fudge out of his asshole. I mean, gonna just do that and ask for more. I mean, just it's just nasty stuff right there. And I understand that, like, People don't like denims. People don't like Hassan and all that. But I don't like it when a Jew is being very Jewy like this. And this right here, saying that you're cool with people reacting to your stuff and then pulling that back, changing the deal, that right there is messed up. That right there, no. That is fucked up. That is messed up right there. Okay? That's bullcrap. And if you can't point that out, if you just be like, oh, but it's funny. Okay. All right. Well, then you're just kind of an asshole. And people be like, oh, but those guys, denims and all that, they're assholes too. It's like, yeah, okay. But they're not going to go around suing people. All right? They're not going to go around doing that. They're not doing that. But this guy is. So fuck him. Anyway, that's what I have for the Ethan Klein stuff right there. Let me play a little bit more of this clip. Let me see if there's a little bit more detail on this opening the IP to the world.
It's a good idea. I like it.
Yeah, I think it's really cool.
And it's actually crazy how many people are seemingly making a decent living from having their own clips channels of him.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to cut up clips from the podcast, from our members live, from anything with me in it, go for it, man. Monetize it. I will not claim. I will not remove. I will not do anything. I mean, to be fair, it's basically been my policy. I don't claim or remove anything really at all.
But now you're making it explicit.
Well, look at that. Now you're making it explicit. Well, I guess you just changed the deal. Not surprised. Not surprised. Anyway, there's the Ethan Klein part. I just wanted to get that part done. I was like, yeah, definitely going to be talking about that. I was going to record a little video for the channel while doing it live. All right, let's pop this chat out. Take a look at do you guys have any thoughts about that? I know it's not really content that we react to a lot on this channel or at all, so it's kind of a... Isn't that what the whole Sargon case was about? Yeah. So, it's going to be thrown out. All right, so what are we doing here? We're going to be reacting to, that's right, the Dirty Thorps. They exposed Becky. Now, hold on here. I don't think they exposed Becky at all. Hold on here. I've been hoodwinked a couple times so far today by them. Let me guess. The title of the stream is Becky is working with Keem, LOL, exposed. Now, I'm going to take a wild guess and say they start off watching and then they get distracted with something. Maybe Ben starts talking about farts. Maybe we get more talks about dick cheese. I don't know. But he gets distracted and then he, I don't know. They just lose the plot. And they don't actually expose any sort of connection with Keem. Let's see if I'm right about that. If I'm wrong, I'll take a double shot. Take a double shot of Tito's. If they actually expose a explicit connection to Keem, I'll take a double shot of Tito's. All right. So there's the rules of the game. You understand the rules? I'm so weird. Well, you could say whatever you want, Emmett. You're welcome to be here if you think I'm weird. Is it because I don't support when a Jew sues? 28 viewers. Well, laugh harder and drown in your tears of joy. Okay. But thank you for being part of the 28 there. I think some people love it when a Jew sues. Like, man, sue them harder, Daddy. Sue, yeah, Ethan. Sue them. Sue Denims. Oh, sue her harder. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you got her. Yeah. It's like bullshit. And I hope it gets left out of court. I hope they win. I hope the judge laughs in his face. I've seen some people be like, "Oh," people on Twitter be like, "Oh, this looks like a doozy of a case." Oh, it looks good. Okay. I think Sargon was sued for the similar thing. I know in British courts. How'd that go? How'd that go for him? It went well, actually. Sargon won. Some chick was like, "You can't react to my stuff." Some black chick was like, "You can't react to my stuff. That's my stuff." And Sargon was like, "Yeah." And there you have it. And even the judge was like, "Yep. Yeah, he can do that." What is this crap even about? You're so weird. Well, if you read the title, it was about Ethan Klein sues and Bennett Grace exposes. If you don't know how to read, that's fine. But anyway, hey Emmett, it's good seeing you. First time in the chat. I hope you enjoy it. Feel free to make yourself comfy. You're welcome to stay. That's fine. Yeah. Just make yourself comfy. It's cool. That's cool, bro. Anyway, let's go and get started here. Let's go and put this on the screen. This is... All right. So Becky's working with Keem, LOL, exposed. So like I said, I predict here we're going to be hoodwinked and there's going to be nothing. There's going to be really no link exposed between Becky and Keem. So here we go.
Hey guys, welcome back to Thorp TV on YouTube and ThorpTube on Kick. I'm
This
Grace
one
Thorp.
is fire, guys.
This is gonna be great. All right,
Put
I'm
on your
Grace Thorp.
seatbelts.
I'm Grace Thorp,
Okay. Seatbelt is on.
and this is my co-host and loyal employee.
Emmett could be
Ben
a
Thorp,
Thorpy.
aka
Ooh,
my dad.
I like Thorpies.
Listen, guys,
Thorpy.
we just hit the jackpot.
Put on your seatbelts.
We hit the jackpot.
We got it. We got it. Got it.
Oh, so do they have the receipts? Oh, should I prepare the double shot of Tito's right now? Oh, boy.
All right. LCU fans, Becky Boop fans of all shapes and
All
sizes.
you suckers giving money to these scammers.
Okay, hold on. This might be a doozy. I might want to record this here. So wait. So the Thorps actually are claiming they have something. They have the receipts. They're about to expose a great scam in the LCU universe. Becky going solo is actually just a scam. It's really just a ruse. It's really just all going to Keem anyway. She's still working for Keem. Okay. I mean, I think we're getting hoodwinked. I think so. Because I've been conned before with them. But like I said, if they're right, if they could show that, I'll take a double shot of Tito's. And yeah. So anyway, let's play it.
You're about to get a truth bomb right here, all right? Truth bomb.
Truth
I
bomb.
don't
Okay.
like you having facility with the soundboard.
Ben's picking his
Okay,
nose
okay.
there.
So
Y'all gonna get gazed.
Gazed.
this is brutal. This is potentially channel ending for Becky Boop. All right, so I was in Becky Boop's chat. All right, she's live right now. Can you handle it? Crazy ghost, psychic, and witch experiences.
Okay, so our initial take was, now you're gonna get the word out. You're gonna get.
Uh-huh.
You want to do that? Okay.
Yep.
I'll take it from here. I'll take it right now.
Yeah, sure.
Here's the idea. Becky's an idiot. She's doing stupid things. She's not taking advantage of this opportunity. Okay.
Right.
Well, that's obvious. It's obvious what you do here, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're like, she's just stupid.
Right.
Okay.
She's an idiot.
She's an idiot. She comes on first and says, it's, I'm going to drop T, then says, here's the T. I'm starting my own channel and network. That's not T. So we're saying you're just, right? So then day 2, of all the people I can bring on, I bring on, of all the Voldemorts, I bring on Roxy, who's not a Voldemort.
Right.
And neither am I.
Right.
Why not? Okay,
Why
now
do
I'm asking
they-
these questions.
Why did they
Why
uniquely?
Why didn't you bring on Grace? Why didn't you bring on Lynx? She reached out to you. Grace reached out to you.
Even Savage.
Lynx would have been up. Savage would have been
Even
up. All
Savage.
these people.
Oh, okay. So are we going on kind of this kind of more speculative stuff here? It's not sounding concrete yet. Interesting theory. But do you have a direct link yet?
But you did Roxy in a pool. And the content is the first show is Roxy's having trouble with her pool.
Okay, so like a lot of circumstantial stuff.
She's zany. What?
Right.
That's not going to get asses in the seats.
Right.
She's stupid. She's doing the wrong thing.
Right. She's stupid. It could be that she doesn't know how to plan and she's scraping bottom and trying to make sense of what she has with the scraps that she has.
Trying to be positive. She's not really this person.
Right.
Okay. She's stupid because she's doing this. Okay, but then you start saying it all adds up now. It's adding up in my head.
It's
Grace.
all adding
Day
up.
3. Okay. And I know she's been watching me because she said she's been watching me, and I told her she's been watching me. And the only reason she isn't watching me right now is because she's on stream, and as soon as she gets off stream, she's going to be watching me, and she's going to be fucking riveted. Get those Fritos, get those fries, get the Burger King, because sit your fat ass down, because I'm going to tell you what's up, because I see what you're up to.
Yep.
And you let it slip.
Oh, Ben's all fired up here. Wait. Does he actually know? Like, how does he know? How does he know that Becky's watching? You know? He has it in his head that Becky's watching. And this circumstantial evidence, it's interesting. Okay. Interesting theory, Grandpa. But, I mean, we still don't have a direct link. I mean, because everything you just mentioned so far can be explained with Becky just being an idiot. Is Becky not seizing the opportunity that's been presented to her? It's clear to me that could be it. But maybe not. Because what we don't have is that direct link. We don't really know. So could Becky be an idiot and just bumbling around, failing to seize his opportunity? Or could she be secretly working with Keemstar for some weird long game? But why do that? Why potentially split locale live or locale queens? Do you gain more from doing that? I don't think he would. Yeah, I don't think so. I'm not convinced. I want to see that explicit evidence.
You made
And
a
we
little
done caught it.
mistake. You
You
done
done
Okay.
caught it.
made a
Show me,
little
show me.
mistake,
We done
Becky.
caught it.
Show me the
Okay.
4K receipts. Come on.
And here,
A slip of the tongue, shall we say?
The second episode, season 1 of Becky Boop Universe, right? Which is also stupid. You do one show, right?
Right.
You do one show, you'd hit it hard, you'd go hard, you go with the drama, you'd milk the existing drama, you bring on other people. Now we're supposed to believe day 3 of you doing this. Episode 2 of your season is crazy ghost, psychic, and witch experiences.
Whoa. Wait a second. Now, I should sue her for copyright infringement because I've done several streams like this. Absolutely. And look at this setup. Look at this setup. That totally looks like an old school Mr. Deadman horror talk radio or Dead Man Stone podcast sort of setup there. Look at that. The quality is crap. There's a fat chick with a dude with sunglasses. Is that a dude? Or is that supposed to be, is that a dude right there? Or no, I think that's grandma. That's Grandma Roxy. Okay. Yeah, wow. That is scraping bottom. When you're doing like, oh, okay, we're gonna talk about like paranormal and ghost stuff. It's like, I remember when I used to do my horror podcast story or a series, like what's gonna be today's episode? Ghost sex. We're gonna talk about ghost sex. Like, okay, all right, we really have nothing here. Anyway.
Now, Becky, we just don't think you're that stupid.
Now,
We don't
is
think you're
Becky
that
this stupid?
stupid.
Okay,
Are you
I had,
fat? Are
had.
you obese? Are you a loser? Yes, but you're not that stupid.
Are you that
Well,
stupid?
Grace,
Okay,
You're
so,
not
you're kind of fed yourself.
that stupid,
okay,
right?
hold on. Grace,
Go ahead, cook.
Now, when I first said day 1, I said this. Okay, Ruby's like, I hate Big Thorpe. He's a molester or whatever. But he is right about this, of course. Okay, so Ruby got it.
Yep.
Ava, he's a retard, but of course he's right about that. Everyone would know that. Okay.
Right.
And maybe I'm a retard because I was thinking she doesn't see this.
Mm-hmm.
And if she didn't see it on day 1 and she watched our analysis and she didn't switch it up on day 2 and she watched our analysis and then on day 3 it's even more stupid and banal, I admit I should have put 2 and 2 together.
Right.
But I didn't.
I
didn't. I got duped.
We got
I
duped.
am easily manipulated. I was focusing on thinking about other things, thinking about what you could do in this thing. But I'm
Right,
saying she's
right.
doing this thing.
Yeah, but please tell me we have something like a Keem or a Keem orbiter like lurking in the chat or something. Because we get this stuff that, yeah, she's an idiot and she's not really she's not even really doing anything to rival locale queens. But if you want to make the connection that, oh, but she's secretly working for Keemstar, for what exactly? To attract the audience that was burnt out with locale queens and were there for Becky and then they go follow her? And then they get bored with like episodes about ghosts and some old grandma dancing in a pool? I'm gonna need more than that.
It's stupid. Lolcow stupid.
Interesting
okay, but why
theory,
does
though.
Lolcow not even seem to care?
Why? Why don't these two get the Voldemort treatment? Why don't they get the treatment that Lynx got, where her house?
Well, because probably, maybe, a reason for that is because she hasn't exposed any tea. You know, Becky Boop didn't say anything about anything. Her big exposed stream, she said nothing of importance about the inner workings and all that stuff. Okay? What did she expose? Nothing. It was a snooze fest. Boring. No tea.
House is literally, she's getting her public
Evicted.
housing taken away from her, and her YouTube channel gets deleted because she posted a video
childhood home is being taken
exposing
from her.
Keemstar for using her for her sexual fucking needs. Why doesn't Becky Becky get that treatment? Why doesn't she get the treatment I
Or
got?
why doesn't she
with
now?
my Kick channel and YouTube channel being demonetized? How come? Think about it.
And why doesn't she now?
Well, I mean, I could. Okay, like I said, interesting theory. Maybe you guys are buying into the theory. I'm not totally convinced because what Ben and Grace did, while it was funny, definitely was a totally different thing and totally was trying to stick it to Keemstar and rival the Keemstar. Right? It was like, hey, we're gonna do you. We're gonna be the opposite of you. We're gonna be the anti you. And it was great energy, great momentum at the time, and fun. Becky Boop is not doing that. It is whatever this is. It looks like low effort, kind of just there, and people are gonna tune out. She got 478. That's cool. Hey, that's a lot more than I get, right? 20, and that's it.
Come out and say like that stuff was terrible. That stuff was horrific.
Right. Interesting. Well, let's find out together, shall we? Because I was in the chat before I got banned after
Interesting.
I think 3 chats.
Interesting.
3 chats. All right.
Mm.
Let's find out. And now I'm not exactly sure where exactly the timestamp is. We'll find it together.
We're gonna go to.
It was right about. It was after this.
Versus the OG queens, an environment where you
Yeah,
can
that's it.
actually
That's
relax
she's
and
talking
not
about
be
OG
super
queens.
stressed when you're. And it allows me to establish the company tradition of whenever we hit our goals, we take a cake.
It was
to the
right
face.
around here. All right, watch with us.
It's a
Watch
team
with
Okay,
us.
well, we're watching.
And if we hit the goal, we will also do a drunk stream or high stream tomorrow, whichever you guys
Again,
prefer.
okay.
No,
And
it
so
was
it'll
a
be-
bit
We're
further
gonna
down
do
this, but
we're gonna do pies to the face. Wow, that's innovative.
wow. But
That's-
who else's content does that sound like?
We're gonna do a high stream. We're gonna get high so that
Well, hold on. Reaching a goal and getting drunk or getting high is like what a lot of streamers do, though. I mean, whenever the off chance someone donates to me, I take a shot. Okay, you know, like okay. Still, I'm not convinced that there's a direct link to Keemstar because I don't understand what the benefit is to Keemstar for what because what he's telling me is so Keemstar wants Becky to do her own thing, at least the illusion that she's doing her own thing, to attract the 400 live viewers that she gets. Is it like a controlled opposition for the for those that are like burnt out on locale queens that don't like it anymore? And so Keem's like, you know what? We're gonna do a deep play. We're gonna draw those that are like really not liking locale queens for reasons. We're gonna have Becky go out and do her own thing because she's strong. She could do it. Create the illusion that she's doing something right. And then, so that will attract those that used to watch but don't watch anymore because they want Becky to do her own thing. But then when they watch her, they just get bored because it's boring and stupid. So like, so what? What? Then they go back, or then they just leave altogether? I'm like, I need to see a direct link. Okay, I need to see. Please show me. Show me something. Show me a message. Teams. Did he say mom? Oh, MCN created this abortion mask as a content. Oh, well. Well, and it looks like this.
that our brains aren't working. That's what does that look like? Even dumber.
Curious. Okay, it was a bit after this.
on some medication for this shit. I'm
Okay,
just
after this?
amazed that I was up at like 12 a.m. Oh, yes. 9 p.m. So
Just let it roll, Grace. We got time.
Yeah,
We got
let it
time.
roll.
Hold on. I'm gonna find it. I know exactly what she started talking about.
People are literally being banned.
We'll
just
let her
for-
get it. Let her get
One
it. Let her get
after
it. I mean,
leaving,
All right.
I made more money. More. than I made there. More. Because with half the viewers, we made twice as much.
Also, I apologize for it being so low. I guess we'll turn our mics down so that it is equalized, but they can't get the audio right on their stream, so it's really bad.
Isn't there a
two-way
booster
split,
thing?
not a
Isn't there a thing
four-way
you can boost?
split.
Yeah,
We're gonna have to crank up our audio.
Lower overhead.
Get it
and can
on.
Make this sustainable.
Take your
People
time.
swear up and down that me and you hatched a plan to quit together, to do everything together. I promise
No.
you on all that is holy, that
It's
did
not
not
worth it
happen
right
like
now.
that.
Yeah.
It did
Okay.
not happen like that at all. It's
And
crazy how this
Imperia,
is happening. I still can't believe that
I
we're working together
know.
and we're actually doing good. This
because
is amazing.
everything falls into place. It's meant to be. And guys, we're going to get into the paranormal stories in a little bit. I'm just clearing out all the business stuff. first.
It's circumstantial
Imperia,
evidence.
$10
They don't have
King
anything
Queens
concrete.
Indeed.
Absolutely.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much for helping
Okay,
us
so
support.
if this is true, I'm making all this money, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm getting all these viewers.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that was true of you too.
Right.
And guess what? Shit was going down constantly against.
Yes, but you guys were doing something different. You guys were purposefully being rivals and being a thorn in Keemstar's side. The way you guys severed ties was drastically different. You guys did not end on a good note, right? You did not end well. It was not like both parties were happy with how it all went down. Becky handled it differently. And Becky has not revealed anything, any secrets, and wasn't being like a brat about the whole thing. Like, she left and did her thing, is doing her thing as far as we know, and she hasn't revealed anything as far as I know. Okay? So, drastically different. I would not compare. I mean, yeah, you can go ahead and compare the differences of like how they left Keem and how they're going about doing their own thing. And when you compare that, you get drastically different things. Okay, you get one that's more like an antagonistic approach, and the other one more like obviously really trying to just do her own thing, not even using the same artwork and imagery and all that. So, still just a theory. An even weaker theory than a game theory. There's like really nothing so far, but interesting theory. Okay.
To you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Suddenly, Keem is a liberal.
Hey, Becky, start your own show. Who cares?
Hey, you know what?
Make your own money.
Hey, you know what?
You know?
You know what? The number, like 1 or 2 talent on my show, which it's got to either be Boogie or her.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, she's the soul of Queen. Just go ahead and compete with me openly,
Right.
head to head.
Right.
But she's really not, though. How's she competing? I mean, you guys were like constantly involving yourself in their content, like with their stuff, to be a thorn at their side, right? Like, she's talking about ghosts, but so what? She has the same time slot, but she's talking about what? Ghosts and stuff, stupid stuff. It's really, it's based on Keem doing crap content. Oh yeah, but these people, when they're left to their own devices, like, what ideas do they really have? Not really. They're maybe kind of scraping the bottom.
My time slot, 6 to 8. LOLCal live time slot.
And you know what Keem wouldn't do? Talk about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
He wouldn't be fuming and talking about it constantly, even despite his own advice to himself, right? Wouldn't he?
Right. Like,
But in this
remember
case-
when he sent out
In this case, hey, let's just talk about Ethan Klein. I'm not going to talk about it
yeah.
because I'm going to suddenly follow my own advice and not act like a lolcow. Or I'm really interested in Ethan Klein's nuke of Hassan Abi. Or it doesn't make any sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or what, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not going to sit here and say, don't go over there. They're toxic. She's got a terrible thing. She's associated with Grace, blah, 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 right?
Mm-hmm. Right. Remember?
Or is that how it would go?
He sent out a...
I'm being so sarcastic. I don't even know what I don't think I'm formulating it right.
He sent out a Discord notification to all of his Discord members telling them that Lynx was a threat to them, and that if they were in
A
her
retarded
Discord,
girl.
So, like I said, maybe Becky left amicably, left on good terms. I mean, maybe it's true. I would like to see some more evidence to support the theory that Keemstar is supportive of Becky leaving and wants people to go watch Becky over on the Becky channel because it just funnel money back to him. It would be memberships at 2 places. A double dip? Huh. Potentially double dip. But if they... like I said before, imagine those that were not so happy with Locale Queens for some reason, disgruntled with it, didn't like it. And so when Becky does her own thing, they want to leave Locale Queens, take their membership, and then give it to Becky. But if it still goes to Keem, he still wins. But then there might be some that support both, so then it's double dipping. But then it's like, it just seems, it's so complicated and kind of dumb. You think she has a extended break? Oh, you have a link? Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, we'll take a look at that. We will take a look at that. I already did the Ethan Klein stuff in the beginning. Boom. That was easy. I don't know if you guys saw this. The lawsuit Ethan Klein has weaponized and is regarded. War with Hassan is bad for the space. Yeah. I have to agree. A shout out to Shamu on that one. That's how I became aware. Anyway.
A retarded Canadian.
Who was pulling like
the speed here.
150 tops.
Right. He sent out a
But
Discord
the biggest star
wide
who's getting 900.
notification.
No notification.
no notification. No, you can be a part of her server. It's no problem.
No banning. I haven't heard anything about mutual banning.
No problem. Yeah. Wonder
Suddenly,
why,
Keem is
wonder
liberal.
why that might be.
And Becky is stupid. Right?
All of a sudden,
I'm
Becky,
stupid.
Becky
I'm
has
stupid.
no strategic
Becky has always been kind of stupid, I guess. I mean, has Becky had good content before? I don't know.
mind. And Keemstar is a liberal who
She said,
doesn't mind.
and I kept saying to myself, she said all this time to see this coming, and this is what she came up with. Doesn't make any sense.
Right.
And she's not that. Turns out she's not that stupid. It is interesting what it is she's doing, or how shall I say, what they're doing.
Yeah.
It is a little bit hard to see, but maybe you folks can help us to see what exactly is going on. But it isn't that Keem has suddenly become liberal on the internet, and Becky has suddenly become incredibly stupid on the internet.
Let's watch, shall we?
Literally get erased from history. It's so feel like they have to stay here. This is not like the LCU. If people don't want to be here, I want them to go. You know, I want them to do what makes them happy. So I love the fact that they can take their work with them. With Roxy, what we're doing, I guess you're okay with me talking about it, Roxy?
Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, absolutely.
Here's
Here's like Donald Julio. You queen's great. Thank you so much.
Here's what I would like. Here's what I see happening for Roxy based on right now, because all these things can iterate as time goes on, which means like doing the next iteration, the next evolution of something.
Is that how the word is
For right now,
used?
this show, me and Roxy split 50-50. Okay. And the only reason we're doing it on my channel instead of a separate channel is because I don't have the pull that Keem does to get a channel instantly monetized. I can't do that. But this channel is
So, wait. That might hurt your theory there. Because if Keem really wanted to do this, wouldn't he want more control and make it a channel that he can control? And just make the illusion that it's Becky's channel.
instantly monetized. So this way she's making money right now. And you know,
Can I
this
make a note
Roxy
about that? Okay, so she has a channel with 40K.
Yes.
If you're going to do something real risky, right? Everyone knows going up against Keem is real risky. You would do it on a separate channel, wouldn't you? You wouldn't risk your 40K channel.
Yeah, you would do it on a separate channel.
Also true.
Right?
Yeah, right. Right.
You wouldn't risk a 40K channel.
Because you've seen what happens.
Because you've seen what happens. You would do it on a separate channel, and you would have been getting that monetized or something. You know, there's a million ways to do it. If you saw this coming, monetization's not that hard to get to. But risking a 40K channel and just feeling like, yeah, that makes sense. It don't make sense. Now, either you're incredibly stupid, and Keem has suddenly become incredibly liberal.
But I still don't see how Keem would be connected. I don't. Interesting theory, but okay.
Or there's something else going on here.
Right.
Grace, speaking of other things that are going on here, I need to take a little trip to see a man about
A little
a dog.
break? Sure, go ahead.
Oh, what do you say? Built to Spill. She's the only one that hasn't really streamed from their original channel and never got the channel rolling again before that happened. It's a waste otherwise, but her problems with the show are kind of real. Yeah. So this channel has been pretty much dead for a while, huh?
Wow. It's like I tell my brain, you know what? We're going to the bathroom, and then my bowels are like, yeah.
I mean, I would like to see that Victorian Greyjoy. If his account is attached, then show me. You know, I would like to see that. But you know, like I don't know if it is.
Once I get near the toilet, it's like the same thing again. It's like we're here, and it's like, all right, let's do it. IBS. Cross-eyed air.
But I don't think we're getting any evidence like that. I don't think we're getting
I don't care
any
if you said don't
deep
skip ahead.
insider
I'm
to be
skipping ahead
like,
to show you
oh
exactly
yeah,
what the fuck we're talking about.
It's
Where
connected.
the hell is it?
We're gonna
It's
have
gonna
to
be
do it in
all
the
like
meantime.
speculation.
But yeah, just because you think you continue. You have a toxic community and you're saying that.
Okay. Hello?
Into the drama, Ross.
So it looks like I don't have to worry about those
Because
two
Keemstar
shots of
privately, why can't
double
I?
shot of
Okay, let
Tito's.
me go back a little bit.
Yeah.
All right,
Well,
starts
let's
here,
see
starts here,
what
starts here.
I just wanted to clear that up because I don't
Kyrie.
want to accuse them of that when they didn't. It was the other person.
Well, anyway,
Said DMs. Go ahead.
you know, Grace Lynx, just to give you guys a heads up, we might limit the amount we talk to you guys publicly because we're a little spark right now with a flame and we don't want to be snuffed out yet. We have to survive. However, I am more than happy to talk to people privately.
First of all, that's not true. You haven't DM'd me, so it's not true. You DM'd me once and then didn't respond. Secondly, if you
Maybe she's
actually
been
cared about
DMing
your flame,
Lynx.
the obvious thing to do would be to get the queens back together. That's the obvious move here. But I wonder why.
If you wanted to create a show that would be like really rival to Keemstar, yes. But if you wanted to create a show that's trying to do its own thing and it's boring, you know, which I don't know. I don't understand how Keem wins in that unless, like I said, it's supposed to attract those that are just like disgruntled with the locale stuff and want something different with someone that left them. So it's like, that doesn't even really make a whole lot of sense because, like, wouldn't a controlled opposition be like someone like Chill Force or something, like, or like a variation of locale or something that's like, is like the alternative, and Keem still has a hand in it. Like if there was like all of a sudden this like locale, you know. Okay, let's say locale rejects. Okay, let's say like locale misfits or whatever. Okay, and it had like the same sort of production level as like a Keemstar thing. But it was not Keem. It was framed that it was not him, and it had like Becky and Grace and Lynx and all the old people. I'd be like, wait a second, something's fishy here. This looks just like the other thing. What's going on with that? Could that be connected? I mean, if I was Keem, that would be something to do. That would be kind of smart. That way you can also cash in on those that hate the locale stuff and want the opposite of it or want something different, you know? Or just want to see the Voldemorts, locale Voldemorts. Make that a show.
You feel confident that your flame won't be snuffed. I wonder why you feel confident. Because to me, it seems like a fellow queen who leaves the universe, unless she's doing totally her own thing, which you're not doing here. You're doing stuff with Roxy. You're doing shitty queens with Roxy. Seems to me like a queen would want to align with all the other queens to kick him in the fucking balls. But isn't it odd that you're still following his rules? Isn't it strange that you're still Voldemorting the Voldemorts, even though you're a Voldemort yourself, except you're not? For some reason. Nobody said yet. You're making money. You're stealing his viewers.
Okay, so part of the evidence is that she's not talking to Grace. But is she talking to Lynx? Do we know if she's talking to Lynx or not?
Or not a Voldemort.
At least with Lynx, because if Keem was able to talk to Lynx privately, why can't I?
Yeah, like I said, what you choose to do with them, that's fine. It's just I
Right. Both of you will manipulate a retarded fucking female privately.
Oh, Grace, you're also retarded.
You're the same as him, you
Down
fucking
syndrome.
fat whore.
Or
Both
not
of you.
Down syndrome.
Why don't you both
Fetal
get on a
alcohol
group call with
syndrome.
Lynx and make her show you her tits again? Wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't that be great? Let's humiliate a retarded girl again. Let's go. Privately, of course. Never give Lynx any
So I got a theory that this theory's cooked up out of spite because, because Becky wasn't going to communicate with Grace and refused to do so. So therefore, Grace is like, what? What? But you're not part of them anymore. How come you're still treating me like a Voldemort? That's not fair. You're still playing by his rules. Ugh. Oh, you must be secretly working with Keem. That's it. And there you have it. And the rest was like, I kind of spawned from that. That's what I see.
out. Remember that. Remember that, Becky. Remember that. Never give her a crumb. Never give her a crumb of viewership. She's a fucking retarded girl living in poverty in Canada, but let's make sure to keep it private.
You're a retarded girl living in poverty in America.
Just like Keem did. It's funny how that works. It's funny how that works.
Brother, I mean, I have nothing against them at all. It's just they have a very toxic community, and a lot of them don't like me. So for some whatever reason, I don't know. I don't know about the Thorps, but I'm talking about the other one.
Well, we'll see. That was just an idea that came to mind for what we could do that
fine.
wasn't time sensitive. But I did like the idea too that we could do that with milkers. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if Psycho Mom would be into doing that. I don't think she wants to work with certain people.
I think I know what's going on here.
Mm-hmm.
But look, I think I know the answer to the question. What really is going on? Okay, but let's stay with what's not going on, which is what's being presented here.
A deeper level to this. What's really, really going on? Ah, okay.
Okay.
By this liar, who I don't think Roxy's in on it.
Sure.
And I don't think her Discord's in on it. And I think that Discord, everyone in that Discord should demand their money back.
Scammer.
Because if you're
Scamming.
going to do this for a few days, I don't care if it's $2 or $200. Get your money back. Demand your money back right now. This is a lie.
He's scamming.
Well,
all right.
We can prove it.
Just let you know too that. So
Well, that's what
Becky
I
is
think.
still in the
Prove
team,
it.
or is that the theory?
I would love
Yeah.
for you to prove
Yeah.
it. This is like
Obviously.
just a bunch of
people who don't get along under the same
interesting
network, but on separate
theories.
shows.
Yes.
And I'm not going to allow
Exactly.
all that
Danny
cross-fighting.
GV25 says the enemy of the enemy is your friend. Open your eyes. Yeah, that's very tempting. But sometimes the enemy of your enemy is the ally of your enemy. In which case,
What? The enemy of your enemy is the ally of your enemy. But aren't they enemies? But they're still kind of working together? Still kind of friendly? There's like a loose connection? Okay.
that is not your friend.
Yeah.
I think the
The
Hamas people
friend-
realize that. A
the-
lot of
friend of your enemy is
Palestinian,
not your friend.
a lot of Palestinian, people are going to help with Palestine are actually working for the Israelis, and they've learned that lesson. And when they find out about that, it's difficult.
He owns the fatty. He does radio. And you know what?
And
It's
I'll say,
wait, hold on. It's another Keem W. And that's just even more sickening that this fat pig is
I don't think-
under the thumb.
I don't think it's a Keem W. I don't think it's a Keem W. I think it's an L. I think he's doing it out of desperation. And I'll give you my theory later because first we got to figure this out. This
Let's
part
figure it out.
Okay, so I don't think it's a W that she's. You know what I mean? It's an L for her. She's a loser.
Oh, huge
W
L
for him.
her.
It just goes from owning a fatty to owning a fatty. It's not a W or an L.
Well, in this world, it's a W.
To keep a fatty.
Yeah. Look at Boogie.
Well,
Look at Rastal.
but Grace, you're not understanding me. It's not a change really in their relationship.
All right, guys. We could do something real fast. You had to torture your own self. Why do you have to torture yourself? Oh, Hormaxter was in the chat. Oh, okay. No problem. Okay. No. I'm going to ask you guys. We could shift real fast, do a quick digression, and get the Grace and Ben trying to ring in Lynx into this new project. Because it looks like it's a shorter video. It's about 30 minutes long, and we could probably speed through it and make it 15 minutes. Okay. And then we can get back to the main thing. I like this idea. It's a quick little side serving of Ben and Grace trying to bring it. Because what I'm going to say so far, we don't have anything concrete, with this whole theory. And if they had something concrete, they would show it. We have circumstantial evidence at best. It's interesting theories, explains motive, but we don't have the body. We don't have anything even close to that. I know some of you guys are buying the theory. I'm more like, gonna need a little bit more. Okay. That's where I am with that. So no double shots of Tito's for that one. But I'm willing to change my mind. Any thoughts? No thoughts. That's good. No thoughts in your head. You've got no thoughts in your head. Not a single thought. Alrighty, well, then I guess we'll stick to the main course then. All right. Wow. All right, let's go play this.
They're just lying to their audience.
Correct.
Okay,
right.
so it's not like he got a W here.
No.
They're just abusing their audience.
No, but he is taking a W because he's making her stick her neck out and seem like she's independent while he's actually running it.
He's not making her.
Not making her, but she's the one sticking her neck out. He's not. He can claim like, no,
What's
she
her
just
neck worth?
left.
Nothing. She's garbage.
I agree, but it's still an L for her and a W for him.
Oh, you mean that if she had just actually, now no one's going to believe her if she does it again?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's cooked. She's cooked.
Lost.
Lost all credibility.
Ava the G, number 2. I'm going to hang out with a friend. Something you will never be able to say, Ben. You know other things I won't say that you might say at some point? I'm going to go smoke some crack. Something you will never be able to say, Ben. True, sad, life experience. I'm going to go sit on a random black drug dealer's dick right now. Something you will never be able to say, Ben.
That's
true.
funny.
All those things are true. I lead a sad life. Yours is fun. I don't
Yeah. I was talking about the Lynx video. That's not bad.
care. Goodbye.
Between hoes, I would make people squash it so that everybody. So I don't want a hostile work environment here. I want people to be able to focus on making good content, being creative, and having fun.
Okay, then let's do a quick digression real fast. Let us do this. All right, this is Grace talking to Lynx to try to recruit her for some show.
I wanted to talk to you about the Becky thing, because, I don't know, it's kind of crazy. I think it's for real. I think she really quit for good. And I think there's a big opportunity here, but I don't know, it's kind of crazy.
Opportunity? What do you mean by that?
Well, I mean, now that there's 4 or 5 Baltimores who are all girls, who are all kind of supposed to be...
What is wrong with Lynx's hair? Is she going... Is that fine? Is that normal? Like that seems like a very... Look at that. Look at that scalp. The amount of scalp right there. Like, it seems weird. Right? Is that normal? Is she losing hair? Oh, man. She's going bald. Oh, that's unfortunate.
A show about girls is kind of interesting.
Are the others
You know what I mean?
Voldemorted too?
That's unfortunate.
Are the others Voldemorted too?
Well, you're a Voldemort?
Well,
I'm a
me and
Voldemort?
you, yeah.
Huh?
I said I know there's me and you, but...
Yeah, and then there's Savage, and Becky, and now Roxy. That's 5.
Okay, that explains why Roxy added me.
You what? I'm sorry, my mic cut you off. What'd you say?
I said that explains why Roxy added me.
Yeah. And, I mean, Ruby, if you wanted to consider Ruby, she's not really a Voldemort, but kind of. She's on the outside at the very least. And she's known by them.
Did you watch the stream last night that Becky did?
I think
I
she
did,
pulls
yeah.
her hair out. I think
I
she
didn't-
gets
I
so
didn't watch
stressed
it.
she
Hey,
pulls her
Not
hair
that
out.
stuff anymore.
Maybe she eats her hair.
Well, she did this weird thing where she said, she titled her stream Tell All, and then she said, okay guys, what I'm doing is I'm telling you all about my plans for the future, and I'm not going to talk about the LCU. So it's kind of like a joke, or like a lie. It's kind of weird.
Clickbait, 100%.
Yeah, and I think it's just risky to clickbait right when you leave. But I do think it's real because she has she has a paid Discord now and stuff. I don't think she would set all that up if she was just going to go crawling back, you know what I mean? I doubt it.
I don't think she would add me on Discord if she was going to go back either.
Yeah. Right.
Okay, so Becky did add Lynx. So Becky is going to communicate with Lynx, but she didn't add Grace. Oh, so Becky is talking to people that are Voldemorted. Oh. Well, then there's so much for you guys' theory.
Right. Although I thought you guys kept in contact. You didn't?
Nope. Not after that phone call with Keem. He went ballistic. So.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd imagine so. Kind of exposing Keem for being a massive coomer. So Keem should just admit that he is. Okay? Keem should just admit that he's a massive coomer and can't keep it in his pants and wants to come all over the place. He wants to come. Keem just wants to come. Wait, he wants to make her come. That's right. He's such a ladies' man.
Lynx, can I ask you a question? I know that we've had our issues, but can I just ask you a question?
What's up?
Okay. You know Becky certainly better than me, and probably way better than Grace. Okay. So you know how she said this thing like, there's the Becky you see fighting with Gina, and then there's the real Becky who's understands, what is it? You know, like is not narcissistic and a brat and all that stuff.
Right.
So, just from what you know, do you think that's true? That she was just putting it all on to act like in the moment because it was appropriate with Tina? Because what else are you going to do with Tina? Or do you think like it's kind of somewhere between the two? Because that's my suspicion. It's somewhat in between the two. That maybe it leans into the like hysterical, crazy. Like, her house really is a mess.
When we were friends, she was not like that at all. I feel like she saw an opportunity to get clout and went in for it. And I think.
So you're like kind of off screen. She was pretty mature.
Off screen, she was fine until we started working, and then even when it was off screen drama, she would still be insane off screen. Even though like it wasn't for content, she definitely changed. I do believe that her house is like that because she did tell me when we were friends that she lives like that.
Right, and she really did accuse Richie. It wasn't like he wasn't in on it. It wasn't scripted. Like
correct. Yes.
She's that kind of person who would make those allegations.
Oh yeah, that was wild.
So
that is wild. When Becky accused a Richie guy of grape, that was kind of messed up, man. Kind of messed up.
Both of them are really her. But
both of them are her, but one has an excuse behind Keem and one doesn't.
Yeah. Yeah. So what I'm saying is like so when she did her stream, she was like, okay, this is like not Becky Loghow, this is like fun, happy, responsible, mature Becky.
Yep.
Okay, which just on a like entertainment level.
Oh, you mentioned Shoehead in the chat. Oh, that's an old mention right there. That is an old F-word mention right there. You know what that calls for? Calls for a shot. That's what it does. Let's take a shot for that old F-word mention. Hey, how's Iron Skeptic doing? Or Armored Skeptic? How's he doing? Is he doing all right? I haven't seen him around. Did he die? Did he take fentanyl and die? Or no? Man, that's an old name. An old name a long time ago. I remember people had a crush on her. She has a face. She has a pretty face. But the truth is she wears a wig because she eats her hair. Okay, she's Looney Tunes. But she's dick crazy. Can't stop it. Anyway, this is a shot for for all of us who've been on the internet, on YouTube, way too long to remember names like the Amazing Atheist and all that. Remember when they were something. Remember when AVGN, Angry Video Game Nerd, was good. Yeah, I remember. Back in my day. Yeah. We remember that. Anyway, a shot for that. Woo! All right. That's the free shot. All right, anyway.
It's weird because you're asking your audience to do two things. First, to come with you when you know that they're, by doing that, taking a chance of getting excluded from Lao Cow universe, right?
Correct.
That's the Voldemort thing. Like, you'd have to be a fool not to think you're asking a lot of your audience, right? Every single name there could very well be banned today.
Yep.
But on top of that, you're not going to give them what you know they're looking for, which is you ranting and raving about Keem.
Right.
Yeah.
You're going to give them, hey, let's put the past behind us, and I've got a great new personality and show here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, not everyone's going to want to go for
that.
that.
After your audience, it's a really stupid move. Even if you were to do that, start with the screaming and yelling, because it doesn't matter with Keem. He's not going to be nice to you.
And see, that's why I have a problem with this this theory that Keem is actually creating Becky Boop or wanting Becky Boop to do her own thing on purpose, and that she's working with Keem. And it's kind of going because when I hear the theory that Keem is in on it and that she's working with him, I'm thinking the money's going to him. And if that's the case, why don't you actually create a rival show that is actually rivaling what Locale does, or like controlled opposition, instead of just some nonsense bullcrap with like no real drama, no real connection to any of that. That's what I'm getting. Does that make sense? I think it does, because because that's what I would do if I was Keem. I would create a show that'd be controlled opposition, and it would be like the anti. It'd be like, oh, in this stream we hate Locale Universe, and it would be people who hate watch it. It'd be like controlled opposition people who hate watch it, and will critique Keemstar, and others. Of course, there would be like a script within some areas of like safe zones, but it would be like enticed enough to make it seem like it's legit. That's what I would do if I was Keem. Not this Becky Boop is kind of talk about haunted houses and haunted buttholes. Ooh, is Keemstar's butthole haunted with the ghosts of his past? Ooh, find out tonight. No, she's not even doing that. That would be funny. Sort of. And stupid. But kind of funny. All right, anyway.
If you go easy on him,
Nope.
it doesn't matter with him, right? So you kind of agree with me there.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think it's very weird, the whole situation, and I definitely think that she should have chose her cards more wisely, because after this happened, people don't want to tune into the stream to see nice Becky. They want to tune in.
I don't remember the last time I talked about Lynx. I'm pretty sure it's been like a month or two at the most. But the reason why I'm bringing this all up now is there was a conversation between Lynx and Grace on Lynx's personal Twitch channel where she's at now. Now, I do watch her streams quite a bit. I do enjoy her painting stuff, especially when I'm doing my little artsy stuff or I'm playing some game. It's a good comfort sound, you know what I mean? Good white noise. But Grace decided to jump on Wednesday, because the day before, Tuesday, there was a video. Becky had her first stream, and Grace wanted to know what Lynx thought of it, and Lynx completely says she doesn't keep up with any of that stuff at all. Mostly because after the whole stuff, dealing with the whole heap of stuff related to the LCU, Keemstar, and everything, she does not want any more involvement of that, right? And especially with Becky doing it. Now, Becky did mention people like Lynx and Grace about this stuff, and I've her.
This volume's crazy high.
But Lynx and Grace have very much troublesome communities. In the case of Link, that's not really the case at all. But in the case of Grace, that is very true. The troublesome element that were in Link servers are more or less gone for the most part, but also were never really there to begin with. They were just kind of put on there. But again, and Grace, and so Grace asks, Lynx about what is Becky like, both who's the true Becky, and Lynx more or less said both of them, but mostly kind of a little bit more toward
in
the
a Discord. I'm not sure. He seems his voice sounds familiar. The name is familiar. I wonder if he was in Chinatown. Man, the Chinatown Discord days were a little hazy for reasons.
Exactly.
Right.
And now she's playing. Okay, so this is like her new plan.
Can I just give Lynx just? I don't think she's aware of this. In just a spontaneous way, after Savage became a Voldemort, Ruby happened to get her on the stream with Ava, who I think you're aware of. And then Grace was allowed to come on the stream. And so the four of them shit-talked each other like crazy. And it was better than any episode of Queens. And everyone independently said, like, oh yeah, okay, that. In other words, they didn't plan that.
King's Kino Casino, Archive 2. Yes. Now that is worthy of a shot too. Is it not? But I'm not going to take that shot by myself. Out of respect, I demand everyone get your liquor, pour it, take a shot for the best Discord server, Chinatown. There is no Discord server like that. It is one of a kind. I demand that you get your shot glass, you get your vodka, and we drink for Chinatown. Good days. Good times. Good times were had. Wild times were had for sure. Boy, oh boy, was it wild. Good times. All right, here we go. To Chinatown. All right. All right, that's the last free shot. Anyway.
To the mix. And Becky's added to the mix all the more. Like, the Voldemorts are the best quality people.
Right.
And Keem can't stand quality people because they have...
Holy shot. Hey, that's my role.
But no, I appreciate the offer. Anything like that, I'm out. I'm not interested.
Well, no one's asking you anything.
I know, I'm just stating it for my stream and for you, just to make sure you're aware.
Okay.
But you don't disagree with the idea, even if you weren't involved, like...
No, I think it's a good idea because the people who
kick... Smart idea.
Yeah, the people who are
because I
kicking
added
the
your name to it.
entertainment.
I added your name to it? Yeah, I can see what you're saying there. You were saying that if you were able to get a lot of clout and a lot of money doing what you were doing without all the bullshit from Keem, you would turn that down?
Correct, yes.
For psychological reasons?
Just don't want to do it.
So Lynx is saying no, she's not going to do it. Well, that makes sense. Well, all right. Wait. But in Thorpe fashion, since she rejected the offer, are they going to start attacking her now? Huh. And to answer your question, PDL, was it a troll community? I wouldn't say it was a troll community. I would say it was a community of people that like to have a good time. We just like to laugh at that stupid stuff happening. You know. Shamu's from there. Riz is from there. You know. I don't know where everyone else went. You know, that kind of. It was like where the Thorps. It was like the Thorpe Discord before the Thorps had a Discord. Like the Thorps were in there. It was crazy.
Not interested.
Okay. But would it be okay to say, like, I don't believe that?
You cannot believe it. I'm just telling you where I stand, and I just wouldn't be interested. I do think it's a good idea for the rest of y'all to get together because he kicked the entertainment of the shows, and you guys would be way better on your own without him. I agree with that. I'm just not interested in being involved in the mix. That's all.
Sure, yeah, no problem. But I just would politely say that.
I don't remember who owned it.
That's okay. We can just differ.
But Becky's plan right now is to have like a good time, like Golden Girls kind of show with Roxy.
Wait, can I just take the links? You're just like excluding you from it. I'm saying that those four, Ruby, Ava, Grace, and Savage, going at it to a much smaller audience, granted, was more what Lolcow Queens should be than what Lolcow Queens has been, even with Becky, let alone with just Tina.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
You agree with that? You say it's like that should head-to-head like eventually win.
Correct.
If you can keep it together, that's better entertainment. Okay, I'll dip.
I'm just looking at this. I'm just saying like Becky is like this thing with Roxy, right? You know Roxy.
I know of her. I haven't really been keeping up with the stuff, but I know who she is.
She's like a nice middle-aged woman. Like she's a nurse or whatever.
Right.
The idea that her and Becky are going to compete.
Roxy's
with
a nurse.
Queens, I don't know. I guess I hate to see it happen again. Where it's like somebody else breaks out, and it just you watch the numbers.
That's a name I haven't heard in a long time.
1100 to 700 to 500 to 400.
Time for a shot. Let's take a shot. Except I don't take shots for bitches. For capital C cunts. No, actually, I'm fine. Lynn's fine. No, I don't take shots for women. Okay, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. Okay, she doesn't she does not deserve their respect. I'll take a shot for my wife, but not for some random woman on a Discord.
Laughing the whole time. It just seems like I don't know. I'm asking for your business perspective because I honestly want to make money off of this. That's what I want to do. I want to make some money off of this and get clout. And whether you're involved or not, like
Well,
Becky is just being stupid. I
Lynx,
just,
Lynx might not know this, but Becky is proposing the BBU, the Becky Boop universe, to like compete with Keem's universe.
Yeah.
Do you think she has what it takes to like sort of be a replacement of Keem?
I'm not sure. I think that Becky's good at being entertaining, but I think eventually she's going to need a show host runner if she's really going in on this full time like she was on Queens.
Yeah, she's gonna need something else besides scraping the bottom and coming up with like material that was on the Dead Man's Tone podcast, which is like one of a kind.
A what?
Yeah, I noticed. Whenever I talk, I drop viewers. Whenever I just play, it's different. So I'll just let it play.
A show host runner?
Yeah, like she needs someone. Like co-host? Yeah, she needs people on screen with her. I don't think she'd be able to do it just her for long enough.
How about her and Roxy? You don't know Roxy.
Roxy's.
Well, Roxy, like, less interesting than Psycho Mom. I mean, that's not a winner combo, frankly. She's
Psycho Mom.
So you respect Becky as an entertainer?
Correct.
I think we do too. Savage Live, I think a little less, but like I respect Savage Live as an entertainer. And I think
I thought that this was very interesting because.
All right, Spud. I guess it is very interesting, but we're gonna skip that.
Ruby is actually would be up there in that echelon, entertaining.
Thank you, Spud, for that commentary. I'm sure it's very enriching. I do mean that. That's not sarcasm. Every time I talk to it, it sounds like it's sarcastic. That's my problem. Okay, but I do mean that sincerely. I'm sure it was very enriching. I don't have a problem with Spud.
So
I think we should go together with her.
I think a lot of people think I think I'm better than them. Like I have like this sense of arrogance. I get that sometimes every now and then on Discord to be like, "What's the problem? You think you're better than me?" It's like, no, I'm just doing my own thing. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry.
Has Becky reached out to you guys?
Oh, yeah, I mean, she did DM me on Twitter and said, like, she was, like, thinking about getting all the people who've been kicked out of the LCU back together. But it was just one DM. And then I saw her first stream, and I can just tell there's lack of security. Like, she's not in charge of it the way she thinks she is.
Well, wait, you know how this goes. And I think Lynx to some extent knows how this goes. If Becky chose to go 8 o'clock yesterday, right?
She did.
Okay,
yeah.
So she knows she's going head to head.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Lynx, do you want to guess what her numbers were compared to the Queens?
I heard that they were better, that she was getting more donations. I didn't watch the stream, though, but that's what I heard.
You did get more memberships than them.
Yeah. But her numbers were between 600 and like 1,100, which is great. Where Lao Cow was like
2.5K.
2.5, 2.4.
Yeah.
Right.
But she was getting more memberships. I mean, honestly, the money's nice, huh?
What would your guess be that they would be tonight?
If she went live tonight?
Yeah,
Probably.
given that she did this nice Becky thing and kind of didn't follow up on her. She didn't do the going hard at Keem thing.
It's probably
it would drop off.
Because, I mean, I hate to say it, but the people love the drama. And you kind of only have one chance for people to be interested to tune in, so if you don't give them what they want on the first try, that's it.
Exactly. Right.
Yeah.
I would say time is of the essence. You've got about a week.
Even when I reacted to the Becky introduction stream, as soon as she said she's not covering the drama, I was like, then what's the point, bitch? What's the point? That's right, Manu. Deadman is a lone wolf drama farmer. That's right. Always have been, always will be that. That's right. You know, one of my favorite stream series doing was that Guntwave stuff, and I was like, you know what? Lone wolf, we're going after everyone. We're doing everyone. I did a stream on like Mediker's wife. That was funny. I was serious. Go after everyone. Mediker. I don't talk about it much. I don't want to beat down on cancer patients. Okay. It's too easy. The man lives in a bubble. And he just masturbates to hentai. That's probably questionable, honestly. If you're masturbating to hentai all the time, there's no way the questionable stuff isn't slipping in. It's part of it. That shit comes from Japan. In Japan, I don't know if you know this or not, but it's like they like them young. And they like them when they're 30 to look like they're young. Okay? I don't know if you know that. You got to be careful if you go over there. Be like, but honey, I need to see some ID. And just if you, this is true if you ever visit any Asian country and you're getting some poutine. It just, it's not your job to vet them at those places. They should be doing their job. You're there. Maybe don't talk about it. That's all I can tell you. Actually, the real reason I want to go to Japan, beer and vending machines. That's it. Beer and vending machines. That seems like such an American thing. I don't know why that's not in America. Oh, because we care about the kids, the precious kids. Fuck the kids. I mean, not literally. That's like a P. Diddy thing. That's more like a Hollywood thing. You know. But being able to go to a vending machine and get a tall boy of beer, oh man, that is so fucking American right there. God damn it. Why is that not in America? What we have here is in Texas. You go to a corner store, you got a trough of ice. You just get yourself a tall boy there. You ring it up. They get you a paper bag. You put it there. You put it in your cup holder. And you already know what's happening. Don't drink and drive. Yeah, don't drink and drive, man. But the drink is right there. And you're in the seat. So what are we doing? We're drinking it. And some places in Louisiana, well, you'll see that in the daiquiri huts. You can go to drive-through daiquiri huts. They have that in Louisiana too. But I mentioned Louisiana because they have an interesting law. Apparently, I don't know if this is still true because I saw this documentary a couple years ago. But apparently, if you have a straw over, if you have some paper over the straw, it's not considered an open drink. So interesting. You can go through a drive-through, get yourself at the daiquiri hut. When I heard about daiquiri hut, I was like, I don't drink no fucking daiquiris. It's like, no. You can get anything. It's not just daiquiris. You get yourself a rum and coke, get yourself a Jack and Coke, get yourself anything. Like, oh, okay. And I visited one for my first time. The drive-through window, you could smell the liquor. And I was like, man, this smells so much like home. This smells so much like my mom's liquor cabinet. I like these places. Japanese beer cans are very cool. They are very cool. Hey, Japan has some very cool stuff. I love Japan in many ways, but some ways I'm like kind of weary about Japan too. They have a seedy side that's kind of weird, kind of a little bit molesty-ish. But god damn it, they produce some good shit. A Suntory beer is delicious, dude. Fucking A, yes. Japanese beer is pretty good, though. If you read the cans and see where it's brewed, you're like, huh. You know, you're like, huh. This one is canned where? Canada? Oh, no. Okay, that makes sense. That's interesting. That smells like home. That's right. A daiquiri hut smells like home for me. Hey, I love my parents. They were great for me. They're great to me. I was in a loving home, you know. But did my mom like to drink? Wow. Let me just say this. When I visit my mom, the first thing she does is get my old bride a proper drink. Get her some a pool drink, she calls it. Okay? Because when we're there, hey, we're getting ready to get into the pool, and what you need there is, you're gonna need something to drink there. So a little bit of rum punch or whatever concoction she comes up with. Hell yeah, dude. Absolutely. Meet me in Japan someday? I wish, man. If I go to Japan, honestly, I want to meet up with some of the bands I've been talking about, you know? And I think being a small country, for one, I could make that happen. Hey, I've seen some of the rival or reaction channels. Honestly, they're doing a lot better than my reaction channel. They're a lot more organized. But like they're able to like interview and interact with the girls and like sit down and talk with them. I want to do that. I want to hang out there, dude. I was actually able to interview. You know what? I'm getting into the weeds here. I'm getting into stuff that has nothing to do with this. But I was able to interview this one group. It's not really a group. It's like a guitarist and a singer, and they have like a rotating band, a bass player and a drummer, or whatever. It was a very awkward interview because they knew very little English. So going into it, I was like, what am I going to do here? And I had a plan, but once the interview started and I realized how difficult it was to even ask any questions and get any answers, I was like, oh. It was like, because of the language barrier, it was like equivalent of talking to, and I'm going to say this, and it just is what it is. It's like the equivalent of talking to a retarded sibling. You're like, I know we can communicate. I know you know what I'm saying ish, kind of, sort of, but we're just not able to make it language. Because you're not used to my stuff. I'm not used, but a lot of that interview was like body language and try to figure that. I figured that out. It was weird. It was different. Wouldn't do that again. At least wouldn't record it for content again. It was very awkward.
In a week, I would think she would be in the 300 to 400 range.
Well, I was doing nothing but talking, and the views went up.
Yeah.
Look at
Become
that.
like RTU.
Oh, weird.
I think she'd end up in the Wings category. I think it'd be less than RTU, which Wings
Less
is
than
less than RTU, because Wings is kind of a laid-back guy, and RTU is more of a drama queen. Like
He's got a lot of lore.
He's got a lot of lore, and he's really deluded and crazy.
What
and
is
Becky
Lynx
seems
sipping
to
on
go
right
for,
there?
Like, hey, I'm not that girl. I'm normal.
Hey, let's take a look at that. What was Lynx sipping on?
A laid-back guy, and RTU is more of a drama.
What do you think she's sipping on right there? Is that a nice coffee?
Queen. Like
He's got a lot of
I hope she has some liquor in that coffee. Does she like to drink, or is that just pure coffee? That's probably just pure coffee. She looks concentrated.
lore.
He's got a lot of lore, and he's really deluded and crazy. And Becky seems to be going for like, hey, I'm not that girl. I'm normal.
Man, I put liquor in
Which
everything.
isn't necessarily true either.
Liquor in my
She's
coffee.
definitely not normal.
Oh yeah.
Liquor in my liquor.
It doesn't even matter whether it's true or not. Like I agree with you, but like that's not what people are tuning in for.
Yeah, they want the drama. That's what they want. And when you're not giving it to them, you're not going to last very long.
Yeah, you're not gonna
Yeah.
last.
And I guess I just have to say I don't really understand how she could not
What
understand
does she
that.
bring if she isn't bringing the drama?
I agree.
She's not super hot, no offense, but like, she's not gonna get gooners.
Not really.
And anyways, her audience isn't that. She'd have to change audiences completely to be.
We'll get Rich
Yeah,
Tech in her
she's not
DMs.
really
That's not the
doing
local
that.
live audience either. So.
Yeah. So she agrees it's a mistake.
But you don't think there's anything that can be done? I mean, I'm just saying from a business perspective. I'm not saying you have to be involved. I'm just saying like I would hate to see.
See, I could see the appeal of just watching Lynx paint. I could see that. It's kind of like a chill stream, just watching her paint. That's kind of cool.
Let's just go the same way as everything else.
Like I said,
And I do
I would
think
suggest
everybody
y'all
else
do
would-
make
yeah.
a show. I would suggest y'all do make a show. If it were me, in Becky's shoes, I would get everyone who's ever been kicked off LCU involved, and I would get them all to share their side and just straight up.
And that's what Grace was trying to do, right? But Grace couldn't get anybody. But no. I guess I'm having some issues. I guess the malt liquor's catching up with me. Maybe it's with shots. So whatever you do, I'm weak right now. Do not send me anything for shots. I feel like I'm baiting you guys. Totally am. Whatever you guys do, guys, don't bait me. And don't send me money for shots.
Also, wouldn't you think it would be good to kind of say to them, and if you start talking shit at each other, so much the better, right? Talk shit about Keem and then start talking shit about each other, right?
I mean, I guess, yeah, if you're looking for entertainment.
So yeah, so even Lynx agrees that it would be based in good content for Becky to even reach out to not Lynx, but Grace. But Grace is butthurt because Becky wouldn't reach out to her. So she is thinking that Becky is still working with Keemstar. That brings us back to this. See, it all works together. How are we doing in the chat, guys? Feel free to say something. Don't be silent on me. I like the chat. I like the chat interaction. If you're watching, say something. I'll definitely respond to your chat there. Don't be a lurker. Don't be shy.
Yeah, as long as you're not forcing two people that don't like each other to work.
In these streams, I like to engage with the chat. In fact, one day I'm like, maybe I'll just do a stream where I'm just engaging with chat. We're just talking. Or just do a hangout stream.
Together on one show, you can do your own thing and then that works still. I think that's fine.
No, Grace, when I said you have a toxic community and you're saying that's literally Keem's line, he kind of got that line from me because I was on the receiving end of the hate from your community when we were on the same show.
So that's probably why Becky doesn't want to do or to deal with Grace. Because Becky just said right there, she got hate from Grace's community, but they probably called her fatty. Okay. Everyone probably called her fatty. It said, how many hamburgers can you eat, fatty? Stuff like that. How many sausages can you put in your mouth at one time? Okay. I think you could probably put like 5. 5 big, juicy, succulent sausages. Anyway, so she received a lot of that from Grace's community, which explains why she wouldn't interact with Grace. There you have it. You don't have to cook up this theory that Becky's secretly working with Keemstar to do a show that doesn't even rival Locale Queens, doesn't even compete with them, and is kind of just doing its own thing and all that. Now, chat, let me ask you, would you smash Becky? Would you?
I know exactly how bad they are, and I don't want to put any of our other hosts through that. So,
okay, 2 things.
That
to
makes
say
no
here.
sense.
2 things to say here. First of all, Becky, you admitted that you were hostile to me because Keem told you to be.
Right.
Why would my fans not be defending me? I mean, first of all, they.
Yes, why would Grace's fans not defend Grace? Of course, the White Knights, the Grace. Well, I wouldn't call it White Knights. They're more like Yellow Knights. They're like stained. They're yellow because they're stained and disgusting. Not Asian. Manu says F no? I'm surprised, Manu. I'm surprised. I thought you liked him a little chubby. Any other responses? Manu likes to respond. King's Kino Casino said he was grossed out by it. Anyone else? You have an opinion? Would you smash Becky? Shit nights. That's right.
In a toxic community.
But obviously, if you are appearing hostile to me and people like me, they're going to defend me and shit on you.
Right.
How is that toxic? That's what we're doing here.
Plus, honestly,
Secondly,
wait.
I was
No,
there for
Grace,
shows
hold
that
on a
we were
minute. If
part
I
of.
could, wait a second. That's actually not true because our community busts our balls.
W. Pizdit says Becky needs to get on that treadmill and lose 30 pounds in order for her to receive his vitamin D, which is actually a really good offer because W. Pizdits has the best vitamin D you could find. Rumor has it, it's true. I mean, I can't go into detail how I know that. I'm not allowed to tell that story.
At every opportunity.
Right.
So what would be amazing about our community is how friendly to hostile people they are.
Yeah.
And that's why they're not even really a community because communities are for gays.
Exactly. No one defends you, Grace. I agree. I don't know what she's really talking about, but I'm just saying if there was somebody defending me, it would be understandable.
No, it was bullshit that the two of you came up with because you lack talent.
Hurricane Pyro says he would rather sleep with a woman that has chlamydia. Well, good news. Rumor has it, Becky has chlamydia. There you have it. And she's fat. and very fat. Like, here's the thing: if you're gonna try to smash Becky, and you just have a standard dick size, you ain't getting through. You're just not getting through those ass cheeks. It is just so fat, you can't get through it. That's the problem. See, that's why fat chicks are like. There's a stereotype. There's a thing about like black dudes love fat chicks, fat white chicks. All right. They can puncture through those layers of just lard. Okay. Yeah, that's right. Word on the grapevine. That's right. I mean, I've heard that from brothers too. Back when I used to work at this mental hospital that I really can't really get into due to probably some questionable restraints and stuff. But, they'll be like, yeah, I mean, they're all about the fat nurses. They would chase the fat nurses. Okay. And the fat nurses would receive. All right. Oh boy, they were definitely receiving. Because they could get through all of that there. And like it works out. Let's get those likes up. Mutt's Law. I don't know what Mutt's Law is, but I'll say what's Mutt's Law. Explain to me like I'm a retarded what Mutt's Law is.
She's jealous of you, Grace. Absolutely.
But I also saw the
But she
chat.
tries. People who
I
are...
was a patient and I was a doctor. I was both. I'd administer my medicine to those that needed it. I was very sharing with my medicine. I'll just be jacking off in the rooms.
We're jealous of other people will try
That's
to,
fucked
like,
up.
you know...
I didn't say that.
Bribe them, like Keem tried to bribe you. She'll call you a triple threat. I'll call her a triple threat. You are 3 females, human adults, rolled into one. You're a triple threat. You're a human bowling ball.
Is that a fat joke, Ben?
Triple threat. Lazy, fat, ugly.
Triple threat. 3 times the size of a normal
Becky,
woman.
You're a triple threat to any man getting an erection. You're a triple threat. Fat, lazy, ugly.
Grace, you're a double threat.
Gross. Built like a fucking...
Lacking in virtues altogether.
Grace. It's kind of like when PvP calls another person fat. Okay? That's what's happening here.
Lying about sexual assault, you fucking pig. Pig!
Your community.
Whoa, Grace. You lied about Lalo. Lalo didn't touch you like that. Come on. Shut up, Grace. I ain't gonna let that one slide. I'm not gonna say poor Lalo either. He was an idiot for walking into that trap. Okay, Grace W. I mean, she can get it how she can. I would say it's like a weak W. You know, it's kind of like a lowercase W. Okay, you know, it's like yeah, all right. But how are you doing, fatty?
It's totally possible, but it's something we could talk about privately.
Let's talk about it privately. Who else says that? Who else says that everything needs to be private? Who else says that? Who else says that? She's a triple scoop threat. She's a threat to any ice cream. She's a threat to an ice cream shop.
It's not that they don't like you, Roxy. It's just fun to fuck with you, to be honest.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, so anyway, that's it for all the housekeeping stuff. Now,
what is on Roxy's sunglasses? Like, what is that? What is that smear? Is that supposed to be like a logo or something? What is that? It's like there's a sticker on it.
Oh,
you see it, or is that just a glare? There's a glare and there's something else.
Which is our paranormal stuff. Thank you,
no,
guys.
Yeah, there's a glare and there's something else that stays static on it. Honestly, when I saw Roxy, I didn't think it was a chick. I thought it was a dude. I thought it was I don't even want to say his name because he's nice. I like him. Damascus Mincemeyer. I know that dude because he used to do the artwork for the Dead Man's Tome stuff. And he's a cool artist. He's into horror stuff. You've probably seen him in my Discord. He's like the most active person. He's so active. And I feel bad because my Discord is a ghost town. Guys, bring life to my Discord. It's dead. It needs some life. You could talk about anything other than, well, obviously don't turn into a furry den, okay?
out there like paranormal. Okay, once again, does Becky have some interest in paranormal, crazy ghost and witch experiences? I mean, maybe, but if you're starting a show and you're
no, but I legit thought it was that the Damascus Benspire dude there. I was like, oh well, shit. He crossed paths with Becky, and I didn't know about that. It's like something I should know about.
Complete idiot, and you've already gone into one like thing, which is you're positive and all this kind of stuff. Now you're breaking your audience even smaller by talking about stuff that only a small sliver of your audience will find interesting. It is like the stereotype of what a moronic, fat loser with cats would talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, let me share on Discord link.
And you don't even seem to care.
Yeah. Well, let me do
you
that.
don't even seem to think like maybe that's not a good idea.
Why
not?
I'm hardly active.
Why not?
Right.
Okay, but the interesting thing that you already mentioned, like down
I'm so
the line,
busy
I might
during
be
the
doing
day for work.
That's the interesting part, Grace.
I don't really have time to mess
And
with
we haven't got to the
anybody.
real reveal, right?
We haven't.
Oh,
No, we
that
haven't done it.
juicy.
Hang in there,
It just,
chat.
you know,
I
it gets
know
it gets
you're
said,
waiting. I know
it
you're
gets said,
waiting.
and then you go, oh, I don't see, and then you go, wait a second.
Yep, I know you're waiting. Hang in. It's
Yeah.
worth it. It's worth it. It's worth
Mhm.
it. Also, thank you, Damius.
Thank you, Damien,
for the sub earlier. I forgot to thank you.
Here's the link for it.
For the sub. I do appreciate that gifted sub. Thank you very much. I am trying to raise my rent money.
You could join
Any
and all
support for
that.
exposing
Thank you very
scammer.
much. Yes.
That
But I'm hardly there. I'm so busy during the day for work. I can hardly even message my wife to even say good morning. That's the truth of it. You know, I'll be like, good morning. And then nothing else because it's all about work.
this is one of our calmer shows.
I'm a wage
punctuate
slave.
The more chaotic ones. So, all right, I have a lot of psychic stories and I have a lot of witchcraft stories, but Roxy's got ghost stories.
Oh, I'm sure you have witchcraft stories. Every fat chick has witchcraft stories. You're going to cast a spell on me, sister? Cast a spell on me. Cast a spell. I like it. I like when people say they have witchcraft stories and then they can create spells. I'm like, you can create spells, huh? I'm like, show me, is there a spell for wealth? Is there a spell for money? Let's do that spell. Let's see if that works. Oh, it didn't work. Huh. Okay, this shit doesn't work. That's simple. That's simple.
So, Roxy, yes, this
Well,
was
I was
originally
gonna-
your idea.
Yeah, because
What are you renting that costs $500? Do you think we're in an RV right now, Distinction? You fucking retard.
what I was gonna do is start
Distinction, just hand over the money. Stop asking what the money's for. You know what the money's for? The money's for hotel rooms, taking showers. Wait. Well, they don't really take showers. Luna in the chat says, as a fat chick, I don't have a witchcraft stories. Well, I disagree that you're fat. I think you are a fine lady. Okay? I disagree. You're not fat, and you don't have any witchcraft stories. Well, that's because you're smart. Look at that.
What, does it look like we're in an RV right now?
paranormal series. Like what I did was I wrote down.
Rumor has it that if you're in my chat and you think you're fat, you actually lose 10 pounds. Look at that. So, being in my chat will make you a little thinner.
Like best 3 or 4
Distinction, we're renting your mama's asshole.
4 months. I wrote down just like
She has
everything I
more
remember.
self-esteem than you.
I hope you're not sleeping.
That's the highbrow intellectual content we get from Ben. We're renting your mom's asshole.
What, does it look like we're in an RV right now?
Paranormal series. Like what I did was I wrote down for like
Your
best 3 or 4
Distinction, we're renting your mama's asshole.
months. I wrote down just like
She has
everything I
more
remember.
self-esteem than you.
I hope you're not sleeping in this non-residential space. Rent doesn't mean sleep.
Well, get rid of him. Don't fucking start threatening us. Get the fuck out of here.
Fine, get rid of
Fuck
him.
out of here, dude. Go
Yeah, go
suck
away,
yourself off.
Asher Novick.
Through my whole time,
Oh, shouldn't I? I shouldn't do that? What's he gonna do? What's he gonna do? Fuck off.
you know, from CNA going to
What's he
college,
gonna fucking do?
bring out, you know.
Wait.
I started.
Okay, wait. Let's take Ruby, because Ruby has been good. Ruby's basic says she lacks talent. I don't know who she's talking about at this point. And yet she has way more than one donor to thank. And she means Becky, right? Hold it, please. Oh, okay, it's right here.
It's
Sorry.
right here. That's why I put it up.
Sorry, honey. I'm sorry. I'll be like you.
All right, let's do their job for them. Should we read this for them, or are they going to eventually read this? Someone clip that. Yeah, you guys can clip whatever.
2 hours. while you
Oh,
read.
oh, by the way, you know what should be clipped? And I don't know if it was. Had a pretty good interaction with the, I thought he was homeless or whatever, with that dude, Steve, at the store. Blue-eyed Steve. That's right. So sometimes I do these streams where we're just walking around my neighborhood, and today we went inside we didn't technically. We did not go inside. We ventured into an abandoned house that had, dude, it was wild. It looked like a horror scene, man. It was crazy. Okay. I definitely recommend you watch it because the interaction with Steve is good.
You're trying to make it happen.
You know what? You should just make me drink before every stream, then it'll flow.
Yes, alcoholism is the answer. She lacks talent, yet she has way more than one donor to thank. Okay, Ruby, come on, let's... I'm not sure what that means. And 5x your audience. Not really. Rejection, she has a bigger audience right now. Rejection, dysphoria, activated. Okay, Ruby, let's not do the psychobabble.
Oh, I think this comment is not favorable to Ben and Grace. That's how I'm reading this. How sad that hate is the only thing that animates Grace. So I don't think this was the comment they thought it was. Just my interpretation of it. Could be wrong.
How sad is that hate is the only thing that animates Grace? Okay, Ruby, I get it. You're getting triggered. Ruby, I'm saying,
Ruby,
hang
listen
in.
to this. Listen to it, though.
Hang
listen
in,
to
Ruby.
what we're going to
Just
explain
set
here.
all those truths that are definitely true
Yeah.
aside for a moment.
Just hang in.
Pretend that you don't
Hanging
understand.
on what? Hanging for the evidence? What evidence? I'm just now reminded that this stream is about you showing us evidence that Becky's working with Keem. And where's that at? We have these theories, and now I'm getting more that really the theory is Grace is petty and butthurt that Becky didn't reach out to her because she doesn't like her. Oh, don't need a soundboard for that.
Understand that everything we do is personally aimed at hurting you. And just listen to this part because I think you find it interesting. Genuinely.
Listen, just listen.
And I took ChatGPT.
You might miss
I took
it.
my real stories, my real experiences, and made a series out of it. And it's bone chilling. The shit that is, it's so real. And like, obviously, I changed names and stuff for private
Okay, right. Okay, but now.
Okay.
This one, Triple Scoop.
Yeah,
He's saying,
yeah. Look at this. Roxy telling this ghost story is going to tell us, going to show us that Becky's secretly working with Keem because of reasons.
This one over here with the gaunt face, the glasses, dark glasses on inside, the Guns N' Roses, okay, who has no real experience on the internet, has a series of bone-chilling ghost stories that are fire.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the idea is Becky, who does know a few things, who has been on YouTube for a while, is saying, abso-fucking-lutely. And we're supposed to believe that.
We're supposed to believe.
Come
that
on.
Her,
Do you believe that?
As ugly and as much of a loser as she is, she's that stupid.
She's that stupid?
She's that stupid that
and I'm not
Roxy
saying, and I'm not,
telling
and no
ghost
shade to
stories-
Roxy. Like, okay, Roxy is just starting out on.
So she's piping up content you guys aren't interested in, the ghost stuff. Yeah. But I'm supposed to believe that this is supposed to like that Becky's doing stuff so dumb that it's somehow favorable to Keemstar. Okay.
Her own. She may have
the
this kind
Keem
of
is
stuff, but
winning on
like,
this.
This is like saying patience has
Well,
these
no,
fire
not that Keem's
traps,
winning on this,
and let's
but
just
that
spend
Keem
all
is-
of our time in the studio with him.
Okay.
With his
Working
little
with
Kihardo.
Becky.
Ruby, Becky is a self-proclaimed psychic. She's obsessed with that stuff. I agree, but did she do this shit on Lolcow Live? No, because they told her this sucks a dick.
Yeah, it's
They
not
told her
really.
this-
Yeah, she's not gonna do it on Lookout Live. And so why would Keem be like, I am gonna be connected with you, and I'm gonna set you up on your own channel to go on my time slot where you can do that stupid shit for the few people that are interested. Well, I guess the hundreds of people that are interested.
It's something that you can either believe in or not. You might do tarot cards or something. You can make it interesting. You can make it interesting entertainment, but like claiming to know the future, it's. Let's say this is a super saturated sector of the internet with females. Females claiming to have, and it's really like you either buy it or you don't. Even when they did their paranormal stuff with the Chris Chan thing, I mean, no one was really believing that. You know, it was just a shtick.
Yeah.
We're gonna make it faster.
Distinctions on alt number 3. He's desperate to talk to us. You know what, chat? Let him live. Let him live. Mods, let him live at this point. He's on alt number 3. If he's that
How does he have the same name?
if he's that desperate to be here, you can make a million Google accounts with the same name and same profile picture.
Really?
Yeah.
Why do we make also different names?
I do because I don't want to be recognized as the same person in the same chat.
Oh,
That's why.
what does ZXV do? ZXV Souls, ZXV this, ZXV that?
I don't know. You can make them all the same name. Doesn't matter. To Google. But let him.
Oh, that's right. The ZXV network, the lavish and I don't have any more words for that. The very successful ZXV network. Good night, PDL. Good night. Good night to PDL. May you sleep well.
Live. Let him live. Let him live. If he's on alt 3, I take that as a compliment.
I personally do apologize for Grace saying something she shouldn't have said, but whatever.
I don't apologize at all. I knew him
But you
personally.
buy a 20-year-old some
listen,
beers.
I met him personally, and the fact that he wants to like try to like, you know, say that I'm like fucking around on my rental stuff or whatever, which I'm not. The fact that he wants to do that just means like he doesn't care. So
By the
he's
way,
out
thanks to
there. Don't
Get
tell YouTubers
Cracked
you
for
told
more
me and then fuck with them.
memberships. We got
Fuck
more
off.
memberships
But, yeah, I don't
earlier
think he
today.
I like it. He didn't care.
I don't apologize.
Right.
Outline what like my stories would be like.
Be
I wanted
smarter,
to
Asher.
if you would let me do
No,
that.
I didn't mean that sincerely.
Like table contents and stuff.
Just one last thing. Grace says it's not something we're going to talk. It's not something we're going to talk about privately. Of course, my fans defended me against you. You were being hostile. Whether
do I look worried that you said my name? You're a chatter. You don't look like anything. I don't know what
Do I
that
look
could
worried?
even possibly mean. I don't know what you look like right now.
Can I tell you a funny story?
That's a very retarded thing to say.
There was this black guy who was kind of a nerd, and he was at William & Mary when I was at William & Mary, and he was like, we were talking about affirmative action or something when you could still talk about that, and anyway, he wasn't the person having the conversation. He walked by or something. He was like, seemed genuine. And at a certain point, I was like, yeah, I mean, the fact that you're black probably got you in here more than if any other
Cobra
person.
malt liquor.
Do I look like I'm here because I got here on affirmative action? Do you understand?
Black.
I mean, yes, because you're black.
Right.
But like, what does a person on affirmative action look like? An N-word.
Right. a black person.
Well,
no, an N-word. He's saying I'm not an N-word. I'm a real black person.
Oh, I see. I see.
Interesting. Anyways, but the answer is kind of yes.
Did
yes,
he?
Okay,
black
Ben.
skin.
True.
But you did. He was like African, I think, or something.
Oh, I see. I see.
Anyways, ridiculous kind of question to ask a white person. The answer is yes.
Right.
And if you mean it other than that you're black, what the fuck are you talking about? What do people on affirmative action look like who are black? Right?
Right.
Yeah,
have one eye
they
down
would
here,
be.
they're drooling.
Right.
No.
Right. Also, Ruby.
Like you would, they wouldn't be
criticizing me for
white.
doxing. You.
No,
said
we're not
the
doing this. No.
entire address of my apartment.
No,
on
we're not doing this. Ruby,
You
Ruby,
are a
Ruby, Ruby,
doxer.
Ruby, Ruby,
Aaron,
Ruby.
Aaron.
Ruby.
You are a doxer, Aaron.
Well, of course, everyone knows Ruby's name. It's right in her Cash App.
Aaron.
Everyone knows Aaron's name. Okay, now, Ruby, I do want you to focus and see what I'm saying. It's really interesting. But maybe you just don't have any interest in things unless they
Maybe she
directly
will.
affect you.
Well, let's get to it. It's what, like 2 more minutes in? Just listen.
for the show or not, but that's not toxic. Is she talking to me or you?
I have no idea. I don't even know them really, so I don't know.
Well, anyway, listen, Grace, if we continue talking to you
Wait,
here
pause.
like this,
Is she talking to me or you? I mean, that's fairly obvious. She's just flustered at this point.
Yeah. Why would I be talking to Roxy? I
No
don't
one
know
talks to
Roxy.
Roxy. I
Nobody
mean,
cares
why
about
would anyone
Roxy.
talk
I
to
mean, she's a
Roxy?
fine person, but like nobody cares.
No, yeah, she's just a sort of fly on the wall of all this.
it's probably going to cause us a lot of trouble, and we want to avoid that at least for now. So let's continue that conversation offline, unless you don't want to, in which case we won't do that either. But I do know, as far as I know, you were.
Why would you want to have the conversation offline?
For reasons she just said, Ben. She just said it. It causes trouble. And by the trouble, she means the hate that she received earlier, previously. Like, she doesn't like Grace. I'm sorry to tell you, she just doesn't like Grace.
All right, Distinction, you're going to have to get banned again. Bye-bye.
Why would you want to have the conversation
Oh, they banned
offline?
Distinction again?
You know who else can get banned?
Hey, someone let Distinction know he's always welcomed here. He'll never be banned. No one's ever banned. Even the other guy that was here earlier that was busting my balls.
Ruby, because she's not
You can bust my balls all you
send them
want.
both over
To
the
me, it's
bowels
like
of
you
hell
tonguing my
and brawl
balls.
it together.
If you want to tongue my
I feel like I
balls,
wanna
just
leave
tongue
Ruby
them.
to see if she
That's
gets banned
fine.
here. But Distinction is just saying live.
I mean,
Ruby is her
they're
dog's
pretty
name, so
salty.
Her mother's dog's name. Apparently, she feels like
Leave
she
Aaron.
identifies as a dog.
Aaron can stay in the chat.
Now,
might be very flavorful. Let's walk around.
Hurricane Paro. I care about Roxy.
You just mad because her pussy is not stink and
I
smelly
love
like yours.
Hurricane Paro is a real one. You got to give it to him. All right, so
Maybe, yeah.
What's
Roxy, why are you thinking about Paro? Why are you thinking about what Roxy's
corn
supposed
lips.
to
I love
say?
that. You have lots of questions. Good. Keep them in your head. Like keep them popping out. We need people to help us think this through. Where are we at, Grace?
We were just talking about Becky saying she wants to live. We're not living in a non-residential
No, it's fine.
space.
It's fine. We're not
Asher.
here, but you're not. You can't come back now, dude. Just stop.
Just relax. Just take your alt somewhere else. I don't want you here.
Stop. Just stop.
You live
dude.
in an
Stop,
RV.
dude.
Everybody knows that. But like, you're saying things that
We don't
are
have time for that
gonna
shit.
harass
We got
us.
new people in here. Look at this. Welcome, WL Phantom. I can't read that.
That's not a new person.
Welcome, anyways. You're new to me. I think. Well, okay. Go
We
ahead.
were just talking about why Becky would say she wants to talk about it.
Purging that chat.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Purging their audience.
I've been around a lot of corrupt situations, including Catholic schools, unfortunately, which though they should be doing something wonderful, are corrupt, and they always want to talk to you privately off the record. Why?
Because they
can
don't-
deny it,
Yeah.
and there's nothing
Because they're
written
working
down. Now,
with
of course, it's not
Keemstar.
possible. Like a phone call can be recorded, but the idea is this isn't the time or place for that, or something like that, right? They don't want to be embarrassed publicly. That's the plain and simple truth of it.
Yeah.
And they want to try to manipulate you.
Right. Right.
Okay.
Now,
So whether you take her up on that, whatever. But like,
but it's also true that I've never talked to Becky on a private call. I mean, all this is Twitter DMs, which I could screenshot. So
what is?
this talking privately that she's talking about has so far been DMs.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Like
what I'm saying is all of this private stuff is obviously recordable by me. Whether
Yeah,
it's
there's
a phone
no
call
way.
or
Wait. So she has been talking to you in DMs? I thought he said she hasn't been.
you'd have to
Yeah.
meet in public, pat each other down.
right.
So
So-
you know, like
Like it's not really very.
you'd have to
private.
get to like mafia level.
Well, whatever. Yeah.
Right.
My
It
whole
doesn't
launch
matter
of this
actually, and that would be
Memberships are a one-time payment. They're a one-time thing. Don't worry. And one day, Manu, you'll get your own membership. Don't worry. You might be lucky. Maybe McKinsey or Get Crack for Me or someone else may be generous enough to give you a membership.
my point. It doesn't really matter, but it doesn't really
doesn't.
matter anyways. You know what I mean? So, like, it doesn't matter one way or the other. If you do it on YouTube, here's the thing: if you do it on YouTube, you'll get interest. If you do it privately, you won't, and maybe it'll be put on YouTube anyways.
Right.
Everyone knows you do that, and she knows you do that too, and she does the same thing.
Yes.
So this is an attempt to control the narrative and control this and that. And she wants to say, "Sweetie, we'll talk in private."
Right.
What she's really saying is, "Shut your fucking mouth," because
Right.
I don't want to be embarrassed by Voldemorting the Voldemort, because that looks like I'm acting exactly like the person that I'm supposedly breaking away from.
Right.
Dan Keem of Western New York, right?
Right.
And
right.
that wouldn't look good. So shush, honey, we'll talk sometime, right?
Right.
She ain't gonna never talk to you unless she wants to talk to you. But she's not doing this. She's just saying, shut up, because I don't want to be embarrassed. And I know you're running my fucking chat, which you were running her chat at that point. You were running her chat at that point.
Yeah.
Now she should have said, oh my God, it's Grace Thorpe. This is my number. If Roxy is worth talking to, Grace Thorpe is, holy shit, the legend, the original, the ultimate, fucked over, universally seen, and she does admit it, right? Universally seen as the most talented.
Effed over because of who, Ben? Because of you. Because of you. Because you had to be in the background. You had to be included in everything. Right? Absolutely.
Person in this thing, right? Oh my gosh, this would be a big, hey, Roxy,
Is that true, chat?
off with your ghost stories. Here's a newsflash. You are a ghost story. Look at yourself, bitch. If you didn't have that Guns N' Roses black t-shirt on, you had a white cape on, nigga, you are Casper. Sorry.
Now, I did want to say, Cornlip says I saw one. video
Wasn't
about
she
Grace Smith I found-
outside in the pool? She's like very pale. And she's like a vampire.
Y'all, why did Keem get rid of you and keep all the people who have way less earning potential that have to do with your relationship with Ben?
No.
If I was
did not.
Oblivion,
I did
I would
answer
kill
Keemstar's phone
her
call at
in
1 a.m.
Oblivion
and
thinking
he
she's a
fired me that night while I
vampire.
was
He
sleeping.
requires
It's
I
literally-
kill vampires in Oblivion. I chose the anti-vampire quest. Because fuck vampires. Fuck them. Any bloodsucker needs to die.
What happened?
He requires absolute ridiculous fealty, and he only keeps people who are severely mentally ill and in desperate need of money, and will do anything.
Yeah.
And Grace is not that bitch. Well, she is kind of desperate.
I am desperate.
Nudes available with small fees.
Hit me up on Discord or bug crushing content if you like that.
She's a hoe, but she's not a hoe. And these all are hoes, and you shouldn't be surprised that a hoe be hoeing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Someone who.
That's true. Don't be
But you're right,
surprised when a
she
hoe
is
be hoeing.
trash. He
That's
is.
a
I get
true
what you're
Ben
saying. You're very
statement there.
perceptive about that.
What?
He's
That's a quotable Ben quote right there. If I ever heard one. I don't know if we're gonna get through all this tonight. Do we get any? Well, I'm gonna go ahead and say we're not getting any. We're not getting any definitive proof here. Okay, we're already like, we're a ways in.
he's getting her to where she can never.
I work tomorrow.
Actually leave. She's
Gonna have to
he's
start early.
Dry run, like
Make
you know,
my-
he's in a sense
make
protecting
my rounds.
himself from her ever leaving.
Yeah.
Because
Daddy needs
by
to make
breaking
his
out and then actually not breaking out, no one's ever going to believe you.
productivity.
Yeah.
Mindful exposure is Grace is actually fierce.
So I
as
can
fuck.
pay
That's
for
absolutely correct.
cigars
She's a shark.
and
She's a killer.
booze.
Idiot. Becky's an idiot.
Yeah.
So it's not exactly like I owe you anything right now. So it's nice enough that I would even bother considering
And
you after doing something like
obviously-
that.
Wait, let's go
I'm
back.
going to avoid that at least for now. So let's continue that conversation offline, unless you don't want to, in which case we won't do that either. But I do know, as far as I know, you were just saying my whole launch of this network was an epic fail. So it's not exactly like I owe
Make
you
you pause it
anything
here.
right now.
Okay, so why was she so casual about
Oh,
that?
so she is watching. So Becky is watching the Thorps. Well, Becky, you could be watching them through me. I know some my chatters may not like you, Becky, but I'm a lover, not a hater. I know you did some fucked up shit. You did some fucked up shit. You let me fuck that mouth of yours, so I'll let it go. Just fuck it. I'm messing around. Hey, fat chicks know how to give head. Okay, at least they should. They should know how to. They suck you like they're hungry, dude. Okay.
That right?
So casual about me.
But I was calling it an epic fail. Do you know what I mean? She doesn't seem that upset. This pile of fat. This pile of fat here is like, as far as I know, you were trashing my whole epic content, right? Wouldn't you think? Let's say she was being prevented from getting some French fries, or like had to wait in line at Burger King.
Let me ask chat. How vile is Becky? How vile is she? I know of the grape story. And I know of her faking drinking the red hot sauce. I know she's a faker. I know she's a big phony. But how vile is she?
Sorry. I accidentally clicked that. Sorry, wrong button.
No problem. She's going to be irate. We trash her content after she had said, I really respect Ben Thorpe. And she's just kind of like, as far as I know, nah. That's it?
That's it?
Why would that be it?
Right.
Wouldn't you be furious?
Right.
Go ahead.
WL Phantom gifted a sub. Thank you, WL Phantom, for the gifted sub.
And I have something else to say about what you said after that. Go ahead.
So it's nice enough that I would even bother considering.
No,
you
go
after
back.
doing
Okay.
You skipped
For
it.
just saying my whole launch of this network was an epic fail. So it's not exactly like I owe you anything right now.
Hey, pause it. She does owe you. Of course, anyone who truly emerges from this network, and they don't generally, owes you a huge apology for not leaving with you and being in solidarity with you for the way you were treated. Abso-fucking-lutely, bitch.
True of both me and Lynx.
Abso-fucking-lutely. Of you, Lynx, a retarded girl, Savage, me, being
Lynx,
like,
the retarded girl?
You owe us a
That's
shitload. And I was considering you.
Oh,
what are you
yeah.
talking about?
You know, can I just say, guys, I am so sick of being told that I'm being considered by women who look like this and talk like this. I'm so sick of it. I'm so sick of it. I'm being considered by you. You're not going to make it past fucking 40. You are a disgusting,
Morbidly obese. But we shouldn't say that too many times.
I mean, Grace is winning here, but Grace already looks like she's 40, according to the homeless guy in L.A., right? He thought she was like, what, in her 40s there, already had kids? All right, cook, Grace, cook. Alex Shield Jones says, Becky is super vile. And I can just imagine the smell of her cooch and ass. Well, a chick the size of Becky definitely doesn't wipe well. For sure. And I'm sure it's yeasty beasty in her cooch. Okay? That's not what you're going for. It's about the BJ. That's all it's about. That's all it's about. And that's all it should ever be about with a chick that size. Okay? Be like, honey, you could suck me. Hey, that's fine. You do good on that. But I ain't. I am not going down there. No way. No way is that happening. Is that fair? But I do like. No, keep the. Hold on. For I just want to say, I don't mind chubby chicks. Anyway, moving on.
Is that bad? Somewhere to say.
I guess so. I'll call her fat whore all day.
No, but isn't it like a thing you're not supposed to do? Like point out the physical attributes of someone?
Yes, that is TOS.
For YouTube?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. You are a large woman who has health
Unattractive, just say
problems.
unattractive.
You're unattractive. You falsely
Deeply
accused a
unhealthy.
man of SA for content.
He
I'm
says, but she has a
sick
bad word.
of being considered by women like this. It's
Sure.
not worth it. I will go get a job at fucking Target or Tom's
Talentless
Target or
trash.
Job Lot. I am not going to put up with women like this or anyone who looks like this, even close to this, saying that they are considering me. I deserve better.
You go, girl.
And if I can't get it on the internet, I'll get it outside of the internet.
Queen.
The idea that this fucking slug is going to tell me that she's considering me is ridiculous.
Damn.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
Oh wait, so you don't want to join forces with Becky now? Is that what you're saying? Because Becky's saying she's considering you, and now you don't. That's right, Bobby Johnson. Fat chicks need love too. That's right, and I love them too. I love them. Okay, maybe, you know what? Maybe I'm talking a lot of talk. Maybe I have a soft side. I probably do. Oh man, I'm a lover, not a hater. Okay. Push comes to shove. Anyway.
Here if it's internet brain or whatever.
But hang on, folks, we got
Fucking
even more.
crazy.
This is just a warm up. This is aperitif. This is just the little buns with a little bit of butter that you get at a Cracker Barrel. This isn't even the main dish. We got something coming. Oh, it's gonna knock your socks off.
Now I would be like, hey honey, let's take a shower first. Let's go and take that shower first. Let's go and wash all that. and then.
Isn't even the main part.
Yes.
We haven't even gotten to it. Devious gifted 4 subs. Oh, that's 5 times 5 is 25. I need to add that to the thing because I didn't count WFM.
4 is 20.
Well, I had one earlier that I didn't count.
Oh, they're getting some
Yeah.
love. Look at that.
174. You just go. If it was 150, you go.
Now we're just a bunch of dudes hanging out.
174.
Can someone just
I
send
think there's a
$100
couple
so she
chicks
can
in the
have-
chat. That's cool too.
We gonna make that.
You want to show some love as well, man. I'll
In her mid to
gladly
late-
take a
mid to
shot
late
for it. I don't have to take a
30s.
shot. If you don't want me to take a shot, that's fine
in a
too.
bedroom that she can't even leave because it's so messy there with cats around, no children, no husband.
Oh, Adams 0960 asks, who is this fat Becky chick? Oh, she's the biggest hoe on the internet. There's not a dude she hasn't sucked off, bro. You haven't heard? That's like 1,000 blowjobs. It's like a hurricane, a blowjob hurricane, dude. She sucked off every dude in Dallas, Texas, okay? She worked up everyone. Everyone's had a turn. Hell, I went to Dallas just to see Love Bites, this Japanese band, and I was sucked off. I was sleeping in the bed next to my wife, and all of a sudden this woman was sucking me off. It was Becky. It was crazy. That's Becky Boop. is that a good description for her? Is that a good way to is that the what do you call it? The 411 or the down low? Are the TDLR too long didn't read? Okay. Anyway, let's go and continue. I would like that though. A hurricane blowjob, that would be great. I would love that. See, if I was into like witchcraft for real, I'd find, okay, is there a spell that would like hit me a blowjob? I would like that.
A career on the YouTubes that's like, really an embarrassment.
Because apparently
Criminal
Becky's
activity that should be
into
prosecuted
witchcraft.
is going to tell you what's up about
It
anything.
has spells.
I just refuse.
But okay,
I
okay,
refuse.
now I do want to hear this part. Like, I'm considering you, right? Like, can we do that part?
Yeah.
I was considering you, so now it's like I'm taking this away from you, and I understand.
Yeah.
Sit and spin, bitch.
Right.
But like that part is interesting for me for my larger thing.
Okay.
What is really going
But
on?
I do
here?
know, as far as I know, you were just saying my whole launch of this network was an epic fail. So
Right.
it's not exactly like I owe you anything right now.
Wrong.
It's nice enough that I would even bother considering you after doing something like that.
Considering you, okay, so the plan here, and Becky is this stupid. That
Wait, I thought you guys started this stream being butthurt that Becky wouldn't even team up with Grace. And now you guys are having a problem. Grace is having a problem that Becky would consider her. See, that's how this whole, like, Becky's secretly working with Keemstar. It really falls apart. Now it's really has fallen apart for me. Now I do not believe it at all whatsoever. It's just a bunch of bullshit. Show me the evidence. Oh, there ain't none. It's really just Grace is butthurt. She's sore. Her butt is sore because Becky won't work with her. But now it's Grace is offended that Becky would even consider her. She's being considered by fat bitches. And if you've seen Grace lately, she's not doing too great for herself. I mean, it's not looking too good. Okay, I don't think she should be like fat shaming anybody. Honestly,
that she's going to slowly consider weeks or months in having someone like you on her show.
Let's get those likes up. Let's get 20 likes. Can we get 20 likes?
Well, I mean, she's just alluding to this kind of idea that I'm considering you. When you said, I'll come on your show, or, you know, hey, whatever. And if she said, come on my show, you would have come on her show.
Yeah,
Which I'm glad you didn't.
But for like,
Because
even
you
for
don't
like,
you don't want to be co-signing this crap,
I'm not-
lies,
okay,
garbage.
here's where we are. Even for $2 super chats, I'll take a shot of Sky vodka. Even for $2, it'd be $1.99. Okay, that's where we are. That's where we are here. Okay. Yeah, I sat here and watched this incestuous family or this duo get some love. I'm like, man, I want to take some shots. There is a blowjob spell. You saw it when they downloaded the wrong Harry Potter movies. Sounds like the right kind of Harry Potter movies there. You know? The right kind. This also means there's a spell to enhance your dick too, right? Now that's the universe I want to be in. I just be casting that spell all day. Holy shit, look at this. Need a wheelbarrow for this bad boy. Look at this. Be dragging my balls on the ground. Oh shit. I'd be so happy.
Garbage, filth.
Thank you, Ashes, for the $20. Love you, girly slay.
Ashes.
I'm gonna start crying because like, I'm
Baby.
drunk. Like I'm so sick of being shit on by fucking pigs.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, now she's crying? Oh, come on. Okay, that's performative crying. Grace doesn't give. Come on. Fuck off, Grace. Fuck yourself in the face.
Gets me going. Like what the fuck?
No, I get it, baby.
It's fucking like it's embarrassing on a certain level.
No, there's
Like,
nothing to be
holy
embarrassed about.
shit.
Nothing to be
The
embarrassed.
real crying is when. The real crying is when her dad upsets her. This is performative.
About nope,
The
no
lack
way.
of self-esteem
No
here is
way.
crazy.
No, it's not crazy. That's not crazy. Look at these people. You want to talk about people who should be embarrassed? People in their 40s, 60s. I don't know about Rox. I think she's not in on it. But she's getting duped. She's getting duped.
Yeah, I mean Becky is scamming, but we haven't got to that yet.
No, you're not getting shit on.
You haven't got there yet. Do you have proof that Becky's scamming? I'm scrolling through the timeline. Do we have any definitive proof? Do I see any screenshots or anything? Doesn't look like it.
I'm so sick of it. It's like
Exactly,
it's
babe.
been 2 years of this on the internet, and I'm really feeling like maybe just getting a job at fucking Target or something. Because like
Target?
this is fucking.
I don't believe in
it's
working. We're not working at
amazingly
Target.
Bad.
Can we just say we're not working at Target? I don't want that Pride Month stuff. I'm homophobic.
I will.
Walmart,
I'll
bitch.
suck the gay dick. They pay better than Walmart.
Oh, am I going to stay at home and you support me?
Yeah, I'll go get a job. You stream. I can't
No,
take
I'm
it
not streaming.
anymore.
I'm not streaming without you.
I can't take
I'll be a stay-at-home
somebody who
dad.
looks like
Yes,
this
I'll be a stay-at-home
telling
dad.
me they're considering me. Like,
I'll be like Stinky Brew. The wife didn't give me no money, no quid. Can anyone give me some? I'm trying to make a career here.
Yeah, go get a job at Target. Go get some applications. That would be a stream.
It's so
I'll find a retarded
bad.
child and say it's mine.
You know, it's just a reflection, really. Of
Grace
how low
fills
my
out
self-esteem is, and I'm
applications.
taking this seriously at all. It's just sad.
No,
it's just
it's not sad. Well, it's sad.
Let's
that-
get
that you
those
in any way
likes
question
up. Let's
yourself,
see if we
dude.
get
That's
20
right.
likes.
It's just sad. And I'm even like being like.
It's
friendly.
sad. But you're 22. You're gonna get through this. You're gonna be.
Hey, one more free shot on the table. We could probably get 20 likes. If we get 20 likes, I'll take another free shot.
Rock solid. These people are garbage. Let's go.
Yeah.
I just happen to be open-minded and content-minded first. Talking to me? Oh, well, Grace, we could talk privately. If you want toxic, I'll give you toxic. I just hid you on this channel. Goodbye. Goodbye.
I just what?
We talk
Hid.
What does
means
hid mean?
Banned. That's just how YouTube Studio does it.
Oh.
So I
Right.
got
Where did the
banned.
positivity
I
go?
got
Where did the
Voldemorted by
openness?
Voldemort.
Where did the openness go? Where did the new whatever go?
But I thought you said she wasn't Voldemorted. You got Voldemort by Voldemort.
Like Keemstar. And interestingly, if it quacks like a duck and it walks like a duck and it talks like a duck, maybe that motherfucker's a duck.
Yeah.
privately, not on here. I'm not here to antagonize Keem and have my whole network snuffed out. Especially.
Oh, okay. Wait. I'm not here to antagonize Keem and have my whole network snuffed out. Okay, now that's interesting. Okay, because she says it like if I antagonize Keem, I'll have my network snuffed out. So, so she does get that in some kind of way, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's part of the fake or if it's
Or is that
real.
a fake? Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't think she's smart enough to keep these many levels going. So
I don't know,
I
yeah.
think she doesn't want to antagonize Keem. I think, well, we'll get into it. I think I understand what's going on here. I think I understand what's going on. Go ahead.
All right.
Oh, she's working with
She
Keemstar.
said she's talking to Becky and talking to you.
Yeah.
She just said that.
Yep.
Please show me the
So anyway,
receipts
now
of
back
that
to less
one.
drama. Like I said, I hate to be a bitch about it, but it is what it is. We talk privately,
No,
especially
you
if
are
we're
a
gonna make a whole
bitch.
stream
You are a
calling out and
bitch.
saying this was a
This
fail.
whole
No, it
nice
was a
you is
fail.
just a lie. You're a bitch.
Well, 2 likes
If we're gonna do it,
away.
it's Grace, you've been trying to take down the LCU after all this time, still doing
And
LCU
Daddy
focused content.
can be hung over for
for
work.
So she's saying you're trying to take down the LCU. And
Just know that. 2 more likes and a super chat. You can make me hung over for work tomorrow. Maybe if you play your cards right.
dissing you for doing that. That doesn't make sense. If you're coming out of how many months of being abused on the LCU? You see what I'm saying? And having to break away and being afraid of it. Doesn't make sense to be like, hey, stop trying to take down the LCU.
Doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make any sense.
None of it
Why
makes
wouldn't
sense.
you say, look, I'm 100%
Doesn't
with
make
you. I'm trying to take down
sense.
the LCU. But
Right.
don't take me
You
down.
know, it doesn't make sense. This whole theory doesn't make sense now that I think about it. Even more so. Oh, Becky is working with Keemstar in secret, which is why she's not revealing anything. Which is why she's doing a show that's totally unrelated. It is like not even rivaling Local Queens. Not even doing anything really. For what? For what reason? It doesn't even serve as a place for the people who hate Keemstar to go to. It's kind of nothing. If anything, like I said before, Becky's using the content I used to do. Talk about ghosts. Talk about ghost stories and witchcraft stuff. Man. Really, Becky's working with me. She's rating my old show notes. She's probably in my, oh shit. She's my Google Docs. God damn it, I got hacked by Becky. I'm going to take this shot because we got 20 likes. I'm a victim here. I got hacked by Becky. She got my old show notes. That means she's probably going to do a midget stream. I had show notes about midgets. The most horrifying stories you'd ever hear about midgets. Ever. It's a sad story. I'm not going to tell it here. But it's funny because it's little people. All right, here's a shot for you guys in your support. I do appreciate that. I know I do the thing that a lot of streamers do, and I guess beg a live stream. Maybe it's a little too much. It probably is a little too much. But I do appreciate you guys' support. And that's really what it is about. All right, here you guys go. All right, thank you. Midget story? Oh, nope. I don't do the horror show anymore. I don't do that. I do drama stuff now. Now, if the Thorps, no wait, maybe we can. You think there's you know how there's like a black sector on YouTube? You know, a lot of black streamers? Could we find midget streamers and get in on their panels? Oh, man, that'd be great. That'd be fun. We could hang out and party with little people. Oh, shit, dude.
Round 2.
That would be somebody normal who's in the situation where because like me and Lynx have both experienced when you're actually on the outs. You know what I mean?
We got to get rid of some of these people. Some of this.
All right, I'm feeling pretty good now, actually,
some of this
honestly.
garbage stuff here.
But that combination
if you're not here to be supportive.
By the way, shout out to the chat here. I don't know if you're celebrating Juneteenth like I am, but I celebrate it by being as black as I can be. I pretty much neglected my kids. Got the King Cobra malt liquor. I had a Black and Mild earlier today. And, you know what? Play your cards right. I might just get arrested for some DV tonight. We'll see. No. Whoa, shit.
then get lost.
Well, they don't have to be supportive.
Yeah, no, they do. They do.
All right. Well, who?
It's important not for us, but for the rest of the chat. I'll keep it up. I'm just warning them.
All right.
Be supportive. Say something funny, but just sitting here shit talking people having a career and saying like you should do something else. Fuck off.
Direction. I'm sorry. These 4 ass cheeks are not the coattails you're gonna ride. That's got to be someone else. And honestly, give up.
Becky, no one wants to ride your ass cheeks. No one even wants to get near your ass cheeks. You don't even get near your ass cheeks. You need to wipe your ass, Becky. Have you guys seen Becky's ass cheeks? Dude, they're caked in shit. It's hard for her to reach around and wipe. She can't wipe. She can't. She has like little like T-Rex hands. Look at those hands. Look at those arms. They're like so short. They're like this. Okay, she can't. It's not practical. She literally cannot wipe her ass. What happens is she has a midget there that licks her asshole. It's horrible. It's horrific. It's part of the midget horror story. Okay. If you go to the midget horror story subreddit, you can read more about it. I forgot the correct name for the subreddit there. You're gonna have to find it. Okay. But yeah, it is a very sad story. This midget tells the full detail, the full story, the whole thing about how day in, day out, they're in a cage by the toilet. They come out. They're only allowed out. And by the way, the cage, there's a drape over it. So no light. The only time they get light is when Becky decides to remove the cloth and uncage the midget. And she's there with her bare ass cheeks spread out wide. And the midget will lick it because the midget is hungry. The midget is starved. And the only thing it can eat is the shit in Becky's ass crack. Okay? Now, how did this midget get a phone to tell the story on Reddit? Well, it has that. Okay. I don't know. I don't know all that, but that was the story. Maybe it's a fake story, but I want to believe the victims. Okay, I want to believe victims. Sue me. I'm sorry. Believe all midget victims. Hashtag believe all midget victims. Believe all midgets.
LCU. There's nothing left there. They're a dying network.
Give up on the LCU. That's what someone says who just came out of it. They're a dying network. Leave them alone. Leave them alone. Someone who just came out of being abused, who hated it. Leave them, who degraded herself and got screwed over.
That's right,
Leave
Alex Jill Jones.
alone.
That's right.
Right.
See, it just doesn't add up. But I will say, like, my theory is a little bit more that she's not as in on it as that Keem kind of instinctively, not in his brain.
No, I know Hurricane Pyro really hates Becky.
He has something going on. I saw that.
And really wants Becky to suffer.
Okay.
I think she is.
One day Becky will get her
stupider than I thought.
When you treat
The
midgets
level
like that,
necessary to pull this
you're
off, he
asking
doesn't
for
guaranteed.
You're asking for God to smite you. Really, honestly, God's chosen people shouldn't have been the Jews. It should have been midgets. You think about it. I mean, come on, man. Come on. They're cursed to be like that because out of God's sick humor. Come on. And instead of making that a possibility out of sick humor, some sort of sick, twisted humor from God, they should have been the chosen people.
Okay.
Create your own stuff. You'll be better.
Midget
Listen, the one nice
superiority.
thing about Grace is I always believed she was a triple threat. She's attractive, she's entertaining, and she's smart. You've got it all, Grace. The world is your oyster. Just figure
Equal
out
Taco
work on a
Factory.
better
She wasn't
audience.
so messy, and the whole thing with her dad, she would be
The
amazing.
whole thing with the dad. Yeah.
And see,
Work on
that's a different tune than she's saying. Now, why?
Oh,
would
the whole
you-
thing with the dad. Yeah, Ben, they're talking about you. They're saying you're a problem, Ben. Are you going to remove yourself so that Grace can work with Becky? By the way, nope, we're moving on. Not going to reveal that story.
You be trying to ride? Why wouldn't Fatty here be trying to ride your coattails if she thinks that's true, right?
Hurricane Pyro, I am more inclined for justice for midgets, but justice for Pyro. Tell me in the chat what she did to you again, but using language that is TOS friendly.
Why would she be here with someone who came out of
so that we can read
whatever's House of Wax, right?
Because she's been told by
Madame,
somebody
what's
that
her
it's
name?
Toussaint.
Toussaint, House of Wax. Like
Because-
literally came in to tell ghost stories. Why?
Because she's been told by somebody that I am not okay to collab with. That's why. Otherwise, it wouldn't make sense. Why
It wouldn't
would
make any sense, but she's trying to turn it
I-
around. But like, it doesn't make any
Pyro
sense.
is a
If you think that's
weirdo,
true, and I do
says
think she thinks
Juice.
that's true, and I do think Keem thinks that's true.
Juice,
they
good
know
to
it's
hear
true,
from
and they
you.
also know that a lot of what you bring.
By the way, shout out to everyone in the chat here. Alex Shield Jones, CEE, Hurricane Pyro, Juice, and Manu. I am fortunate to have you guys in the chat. Always, every night. It's good to see you guys here. I do enjoy your guys' company. I do. I feel like we're just a bunch of dudes just hanging out. The only thing to make it better is we had some drinks. Oh, Stinky Brews Dash. She left my man Pyro backstage. Is that what happened? Becky left Pyro backstage. Becky's too good for Pyro. Well, look at that. Well, I am not too good for Pyro. I'm willing to listen to Pyro. In some ways, he sends clips and stuff every now and then. No, that's not the reason. Okay. Because she kept me away from Glammy Lammy, along with the other LCU members. Oh, she was Mr. Stinky Brew lies. Well, that sounds like a topic that should be debated in a call. We're actually running out of time for that sort of call there. Oh, so you meant Grace. Ah, you meant Grace. I see. But how dare Becky keep Pyro away from the other LCU members? As if you're some sort of ferocious dog. She treated you like you're some sort of ferocious dog on those islands, those Virgin Islands. A filthy beast with a lot of fleas, she thought of you, huh? She thought of you unclean and unworthy. Even getting near Glammy Lamby. All you wanted to do is talk to Glammy Lamby and charm her with your words. They don't care for Hurricane. Well, let me just say, living in Houston, I don't care for hurricanes either, but Hurricane Pyro is still here. I don't mind him. Hurricane Pyro, that's more of a hurricane joke than it was about you. But I say, don't worry about Becky. She is 5 big whoppers away from a heart attack. Now, will she eat those double-sized whoppers in a row? No. She'll just suck on as many dicks as she can for the protein she needs. It enriches her. You have them all on that list. Wow. I say that you, Well, unfortunately, kind of just gotta have to let it go. I mean, that's the kind of thing. You just gotta have to let it go. I mean, you can be torn up and hated and heated by it for all eternity. Or Glammy Lammy could be the fish that got away. There's all sorts of fish out there in the sea, Hurricane Pyro. That made the list? Thorps ignored you all. Is that why you're here? Are we all the rejects of the Thorpverse? Holy shit. Have I not realized what's happening here? Oh man, they're going to love this stream if they clip this out. We're all the Thorpe misfits. No. We're all the ones that don't want to play with anymore. I don't want to play with you anymore. Lemmy's married, and all thanks to the LCU. Yeah. Well, I say you find another queen, Pyro. Find another queen. There's another one for you. I haven't seen Glammy Lammy, but she can't be that good. Not for Pyro. Come on now. Come on. Don't you live on the Isles? There's be plenty of fine chicks out there. Juice is a Thorpe and a lurker. Huh. Well, if he's a Thorper, is he willing to give Mr. Deadman $1? If he gives him $1, he's much more than a Thorper. Because it means that he isn't fully aligned with them. That's what that means. That's what that's about. But probably. A membership from Juice. A membership from Juice. Juice, I'm talking to you. Would reward Juice with the sight of me suffering, taking 3 shots for a $2 membership just for the fact that he is considered to be a Thorpe. You don't trust women on the island. Well, I don't trust women either. You don't know. You don't know anyone. Well, that's 3 shots in a row. That's not happening here. And then I guess. He's a brokey. Well, he's still welcome to be here. That's fine. That's fine. In some ways, we are all a little broke every now and then. In between paychecks and stuff. They gave a thumbs up. Hey, that's great. Thank you. Thank you, Juice. Thank you. I do appreciate that. And that's how we got to that 20. That 21. Look at that. Look at that. I don't know what's going on with me and this voice, but I'll tell you what. It looks like I'm getting a little toasty here. I just might take another shot for that additional thumbs up there that I saw there. It looks like we're dropping viewers with all this stuff here. It's funny. It's whatever. All right. All right. So for Juice, thank you for the thumbs up. You're not just a Thorpe. I'm not going to listen to Hurricane on that. No, you're a free agent. In fact, I know this. Juice, what do you think about Ben? Is Ben the best dad ever? Is he a good dad? I'll take a shot for that. Thumbs up. A juice says no, so he's not a Thorpy. Case closed. There we go. For a Thorpy would wash, a true Thorpy, the sort of Thorpy Ben is looking for, would wash his balls and lick his taint.
Comes from me on some level. They do know
Now
that.
let's resume for a little bit.
Because what's true of all the women that are in Keem's world, they're fatherless. They don't have a connection with their father. And
True.
yet you're the most biggest monster in the world.
Connection
we wish you
with
well,
the
but you need to get
father.
away from your dad. Okay, yeah, it doesn't quite add up. But all that is they're just stupid bullshit. But this is trying to get you to go away nicely, right? After kicking you out, she goes, "You're very talented,"
Yes.
which means leave me alone
Uh-huh.
because I can't deal with you.
Right.
Leave me alone. I'm going to say something nice about you in the hopes that you stop attacking me. How did that work?
How did
Not
that
too
work?
How did it work?
Not too
You
long.
got us on here. But this isn't even what got us on here. This isn't personal. It's something that's slipped. That's really interesting.
Yeah.
Coming right up, folks.
It's
Hang
not
on.
about-
We're first a word from our sponsors. Sheath Underwear. Hey guys, you ever had your balls and your dick stick together? Well, with Sheath Underwear, you don't have that problem
That's a
anymore.
niche Dave Smith reference. If you don't get it, then you're not cool.
Sheath's trademarked dick sleeve
Oh look, the sponsor
and
now.
ball capturers
No.
will keep your junk
Okay.
separated all day so you can feel fresh and don't have to slide that dick skin away from your.
Oh, he doxed you? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that happened, man. That happens. Yeah, it sucks when you get doxed. That sucks, bro. I received an image of my son with dicks all drawn all over him. It was kind of fucked up. That was even before the YouTube stuff. I was just publishing horror stories. And man, some of those authors, writers really, some of them are fucking crazy. That's the truth of it. Some of them are just fucking nuts. You want some low-cal shit, some fucking weird shit, dude. Oh, man. But this one writer, I think I rejected his stories or something. I'm not sure what happened, but he got angry or whatever. He was pissed off at me. And it was before I privated all my shit at least on Facebook and whatever. And he got access to like images of my son doing various things I'd take pictures of or whatever, you know. And I just see like all these emails and messages, both emails and Facebook messages, like he wanted me to see it, of like my son, I'm going to call him Timmy here, a little Timmy with drawn dicks all over, like everywhere. I'm like, I'm looking at it. I'm like, I'm conflicted. I'm like, kind of fucked up. It's like fucked up that this guy's sending me these images. I'm like, well, okay. Well, that's something that shouldn't happen. Should probably lock down some things here. But I have to admit, in hindsight, it was kind of funny in the sense that all these fucking penises drawn on, like poorly, like, you know, just like someone just like go on the screen, just drawn all over it. Of course, I told the wife that. She was not too thrilled. She was like, "Yo, what do you get us into this time?" Like, I don't know. I think I rejected this guy. I think I rejected this shitty story, which is weird because I had a low bar for rejecting stories at that time. And yeah, that's wild. They dick Timmy. Yeah. They dick Timmy. Not in any sexual way. They didn't like put it in his mouth or anything like that. That'd be fucked up. That'd be real fucked up. Okay. They just drew it all over. And I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, man. The horror writing community, well, I'll say that loosely. There's like these different sectors or whatever. It is weird shit. And they lurk a lot on Facebook. It's a lot of fucking just. It takes a certain mind to write fucked up horror. Like, take someone like Stephen King. Stephen King writes good stories. At least he wrote good stories in the past. Is Stephen King kind of fucked up in the head? Abso-fucking-lutely he is. Absolutely. It takes a fucked up mind to write that shit. Mr. Sticky Brew says, it wasn't me because I draw really detailed penises. Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, they weren't very detailed. That would be alarming. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and resume.
Balls when you take a piss. Use code word BenThorpe10 and get 10% off your first order. Now, back to our show.
By the way, Davius.
We really do need that.
We're going to give this a little bit longer.
Yes, Glenn learns to do it.
But I don't think we're going to get anything of substantial hard proof that there's some sort of link between Keemstar and Becky's weird sideshow.
He likes doing those kind of skits.
He does like doing those.
Are his commercials odd? Yes.
Damius, thank you for the $6.
I need to get a beer.
Damius said he sent $6 for easier math.
Could be wrong and willing to be corrected.
174 was hard. That was difficult. I didn't understand.
In fact, I want to be corrected. I want to be.
I want
to be found wrong here.
Fine. Grace could have. That's actually the word have.
Let that be known. I want to be found wrong here. I want to be corrected. I'm waiting for that. Please show me the definitive link between Becky's weird failing sideshow and Keemstar. Please show me that.
Could have stayed with Keem and built. Built is T. Built, not build. Build is present tense. I'm building. I'm Ebby the baby. I'm building something I did in the past. I built. Could have built. Okay, it's a conditional past tense.
Yeah, the orgy in it.
Facts.
Yeah. Well, yeah, now, they all run train on the
I'm
girl.
going to overlook the fact that you do not seem to understand how to.
All those boys run train. Yeah, that's weird. It's Piccoli. It's Piccoli wrote it. Yeah. Yeah, that's messed up there. It's like, King, what were you thinking? What's going on? And that is a real fucked up scene, and it really explains a lot about the girl, how fucked up she is too, from her family. You know, wait, what kind of stream is this? Are we getting into the story? We want to get into those characters.
To conjugate simple verbs and understand things like could have is not could of. Maybe you had a tough childhood. Maybe daddy wasn't there for you. Maybe it's genetic. And by that, I mean mental illness, maybe, brain damage or whatever. I'm not getting into the question of IQ. We're not doing the bell curve right now. Built up an audience, then leave with it. Not saying you should stay with Keem. Appreciate that. But should have, not should of, did it. Should.
Okay, he's correcting grammar. Okay, just move on, Ben. No one really gives a shit about that. What the fuck, dude? Have you heard how people talk on the regular? They don't give a shit. They don't give shit. I'm not going to say give a shit. They don't give shit. Man, come on, man.
Have done it. You see how that sounds better?
Have you heard how CPS workers talk now? A CPS worker knocks on your door. Man, she's speaking Ebonics, dude. Because I hire Juneteenth. No more slavery, but mostly the state hires mostly black people. That is true. So there's still work for the state if you think about that. I guess now they're getting paid.
At the right time. Okay. I understand that. There's always this question. When do you do these kind of things? Grace couldn't literally take it. And she did have.
Grace can take it. Ben knows.
But for all the people who said stuff like that, many people are saying you got to get out.
Ben is an expert at what Grace can take.
Yeah. She stayed for 3 shows. Absolutely crush it.
I didn't have a choice anyways.
Made a huge thing. And then
I was kicked out.
Well, you could have.
Oh, for good reason, Mr. Stinky Brew.
It's unbelievable what this guy was asking. I mean, it was just unbelievable. 24 hours a day. And I think when you got fired, you were supposed to go live with a prostitute and her pimp by yourself.
That was the plan.
The next day. It's like
no,
so
Richie,
crazy.
Richie, you didn't miss it yet. We haven't gotten to the actual breakdown yet.
Keem, actually, you know what? Oh, I guess.
Okay, this is it right here. Lock it. Lock it.
I finished that malt liquor. Now I'm ready to go inside and say hello to the wife. Damn, that's some good shit. Damn. Malt liquor.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Listen, everybody listen. We're not going to say anything. We're just going to let it play.
Work on a better audience. Keem, actually, you know what? Oh, I guess I could say this. Keem messaged me that you were trying to get back on Queens, Grace, the other Queens. And you told me to take you into my network. And I said, nope, too toxic.
Oh, so look at this. Becky's still talking with Keem. Well, there we have it. Proof positive. She's working with Keem. Could it be that Becky still has a working relationship with Keem, but Keem isn't profiting from what Becky's doing? Could it be that? Could it be? I mean, imagine that. Having a professional kind of working relationship with a former employer, in quotations, okay? My cam is covering their cam. Well, fuck their cam. They can move their cam. Fuck that shit. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, thank you, Jesus. Thank you for noticing the layouts. Thank you. Wait, what? What? Also, your fake desktop recycle bin text is layered on top of the game XP window. No, it's not. It's clearly underneath the window. Well, Jesus Christ doesn't know how to read, because if you could see that, it's layered over. Anyway, thank you. Fuck the cam.
Okay, couple things to dissect.
Well, let's
here.
play it again.
All
This is a
right.
clip I want you to have. I want you to play it from beginning to end. I think chat should try to figure out what is
All right.
being implied here.
Mm.
All right, let's take the whole thing.
Work on a better audience. Keem, actually, you know what? Oh, I guess I could say this. Keem messaged me that you were trying to get back on Queens, Grace, the other Queens, and he told me to take you into my network, and I said, nope, too toxic.
Hold on a
Too toxic. Well, hold on a second. Dad talking with Keemstar. So, Becky must be working with Keemstar. Is Becky sending the money to Keem? Huh.
Second.
All right, where do we
Wait a
start?
minute.
Where do we start?
All right, let's start with the first phrase here.
Dad, work on a better audience. Keem, actually, you know what? Oh, I guess I could say this.
Keem, actually, you know what? Oh, I guess I can say this. Okay, we're in which one, Grace? L, C, U, or B, B, U?
As far as I understood it, we were in the BBU.
And who is the head of that universe?
Well, it's the Becky Boop universe.
Right.
So I would assume it's Becky,
Becky
Boop.
Boop's universe means she's the god of the universe.
Right.
So why would you say, Keem said, let's see, can I say this? Who tells God what God can say?
Well, hold on. I wouldn't say Becky's God here, okay? Oh, yes, that's right. Keemstar's be like, Becky, you cannot have grace. But that's not what she said. She said, Keem said, you could have grace. And then Becky said, no, grace is too toxic.
Good question.
Well, who would?
Why would Becky be
If someone
wondering
tells God
what she can say?
after referencing Keem, then who is God? Right?
Right.
I mean, someone other than God.
Well, maybe it's a private conversation, or maybe she didn't want to reveal everything. Maybe it was like, can I really talk about this? Or, oh, no, it's they're working together.
Right? Someone other than you is God. Whoever tells you what you can and can't say is God. So you're not God, and this is not universe. The question is, whose universe is it? Let's listen again.
On a better
If it wasn't
audience.
so messy, and the whole thing with her dad, she would be
The whole
amazing.
thing with the dad. Yeah. Work on a better audience. Keem, actually, you know what? Oh, I guess I could say this.
Keem, actually, you know what? Oh, I guess I can say this.
Why would you be
Why
guessing
would
what
you
can
guess
say
what
in
you
your
can
own
say
universe?
if you are here doing your own thing?
Right. Separate, right? Not controlled by anybody else. It's controlled by you. Why wouldn't you be able to say whatever you want?
Keem messaged me that you were trying to get back on Queens.
Okay, first of all, you know what it's like to actually break away. Lynx knows
I
what it's
do.
like to actually break away, and you've spoken on many occasions with her about it.
And let me tell you something. You don't get no messages from Keem. You don't get no messages
You're not on
from
speaking
Keem.
terms at.
Well, actually, Lynx was getting messages for Keem. We know that. So, and maybe you guys, wait. You guys were getting some messages for Keem. We know that. Okay. They weren't good messages. You guys had a back and forth. Okay. You guys were talking about the payments. And Becky was a solid locale queen host there for a while. And she wanted to break away. She told Keem that she's willing to break away. She wanted to do her own thing. She wants to step away for a bit and be professional about it. Not reveal any of the dirty laundry. I think Keem trusts Becky because of how long they've been working together and all that stuff. That's what I'm seeing here.
At all.
Except for purely business things, like pure money that
And
he's
why
going to send.
don't you show the from when you left until you got the money? What I remember the messages. It was like nothing, not even like I wish you well, any of that stuff. It was just like ice.
From the day
you guys left in a totally different way than what Becky did. It's not even really comparable. I mean, you could compare it. Yeah, you compare anything. But it really shows like you guys crashed and burned that shit. Okay? You guys were antagonistic from the beginning. Becky was not. Becky was Keem's bottom bitch. Okay? Becky was Keemstar's bottom bitch for Locale Queens. And the bottom bitch wants to do her own thing. And Keemstar, like a pimp, for some reason, is allowing that. Now, is there some sort of contractual agreement that you give me so much of what you get? That would be kind of weird. You know, why would he have any tie, or why would he have any claim to that for Becky's sideshow? But that's where I'm at here. Okay, and that's where we're going to have to end here. Okay? I enjoyed this stream. It was interesting theories, and I'm sure you guys probably disagree with me, and that's fine. I want to be corrected. I do, but it needs to be really good. It needs to really be solid. Not some weird theory with some loose ends. I want to see the connection. What I'm looking for would be something like a message or something that would show that Becky is like giving money with Keem. Because if you say working with Keem, I guess like if you say working with Keem, be like, well, Becky has a working relationship in the sense that she's still playing ball with Keem. Okay. All right. I mean, that's not what I thought you meant. When I read a working relationship, or like working with Keem, it made it seem like it's still like the money she's getting is actually still going to Keem. Mr. Stinky Brew, why don't Keem just do a show called Locale Incest? Half his female cast have fucked up family members. Is that true? Oh man, see, I don't keep up with all that stuff. Are there other members of the LCU that have family relations? Is that a common thing? The eye is still messed up, but at least you can see it a little better. All right. Well, we're going to wrap this up here. I thought it was a pretty good stream. I liked it. Thank you, Mr. Stinky Brew. Alex Shield Jones, thank you so much. Everyone else, thank you guys. I guess you guys don't want to chat. That's fine. I'm cool with that. I mean, you guys do what you want to do. With that said, you guys take it easy and have a good one.